by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Auto rotate off. All right, here. Bam. Did you do it?
There you
Hello, is this thing on? Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is clear. All right. Oh, we lost him.
Oh, and he's gone.
And he's gone.
And he's gone.
Okay, well, while Chris is busy rejoining, I'll keep an eye out or an ear out for his rejoining sound. Welcome to Saturday, everybody. It is Saturday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
What a day.
What a day, what a day. Sounds like we had some guys out on the mountain. Then I was being productive trying to figure out this whole 5-person thing.
We went wakeboarding today. It was pretty sick.
You know what? So, as speaking of wakeboarding, I do want to try one of those lakes where it has like the tow line. I think that'd be fun, super fun.
I'd try that.
Or the place that James works for, the fly decks or whatever it was, right? Those would be super fun. But Logan and the other guys, some of the other guys went up to Timberline, right? So Timberline is pretty cool. Pop shot, and boogie positions.
Hey, he's back.
Yeah, I know positions are wonky.
Hey.
They should be fixed now. With Chris coming back, they should be fixed.
All right.
Apparently, Chris has an entire like conference room in the hotel.
Yep.
Mitch, it is the evening, good sir. It is 8 p.m. Okay, so you guys, we don't necessarily have a special guest today, which is, I think, is fine. Logan, we can't hear you. And man, I am all over the spot right now. All over. You're back. Okay. So we've got a plethora of different people that's showing up on the screen right now. We've got Chris, we've got Austin, we got Justin, and we got me and Logan.
Yeah, I was gonna say we absolutely have special guests.
I mean, like they've been on the stream before.
That's true. They're still special.
Yeah. Chris, where are you at right now? Like the location.
I'm in Texas.
You're in Texas.
Yeah, I'm in North Texas. I'm in Lubbock.
Is that closer to dark or closer to the hobby shop?
Honestly, they're both about 5 hours from here.
Ooh,
They're just
That's
like
the-
one's this way and one's that way. Yeah.
he's up there. You're in the Panhandle.
Yep. Just right at like 2 hours south of Amarillo.
Damn.
Yeah.
So where are you going to drift anywhere?
Colorado.
Okay. So not just 5 hours. You're going all the way back up to Colorado.
Yeah, well, Colorado Springs. I mean, I'm already driving 5 hours. What's 2 more hours? I'll be in Colorado Springs. So
Sure that.
yeah.
That's fair. Okay.
Fair
You know
enough,
what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah. So, and they
If
got
you're not,
awesome
if you're not
track out
familiar,
there.
that area of Texas is quite sparse.
I mean, there's a lot of Texas.
There's a whole lot of Texas. It's
Yeah.
a big ass state.
Oh yeah.
You know what's funny, Chris?
What's up?
I put your name in the announcement post for YouTube, and man, I have never seen so much response just from your name. Like, it's hilarious.
I mean, Chris is like the most well-traveled man on Facebook as far as RC drifting goes. Like,
Facts.
you can't go anywhere without seeing this guy.
100%.
Facts.
He does a good job.
Hey, Justin, where did you meet Chris at?
99% sure it was Dory Lounge because he came to Dory Lounge, and then of course Super G.
Yeah, Dory round. That was my first SDC round.
Yeah.
I went there for SDC round 1. Yeah.
Nice.
And then I met him at Northwest. I met Chris at Northwest.
Yeah.
And then everyone else met him up at PDX, yeah?
Yeah.
Austin, Logan.
No, I met him at Northwest when we
Northwest.
had it was the last round of SDC for 23.
With the
Yeah,
Starlet
I
or the
think-
Corolla?
I think I just met Logan at PDX.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey,
Did Logan
you know,
ever Logan, did you ever come to Northwest? Like, were you around for that?
I went to, I think I competed there like twice, and that was about it.
Yeah, that's right. You co-hosted the live stream with me,
Yeah, I did that once. Yeah.
which that was a time where we were like timid and didn't want to interrupt the drivers, so we were like,
Yeah. And I didn't
giving
really know
golf
you that well
announcements.
at that point, but yeah, it was good.
all has changed. A lot has changed.
It's crazy how much stuff has changed since then, for sure.
Yep. Hey, old people that went snowboarding today. Are you gonna be sore the next day?
Yep.
Uh,
I'm gonna be fucked up for 2 days, dude.
Surfing,
Snowboard don't play. Snowboarding don't play.
surfing up on a mountain. That's pretty much what happened. Okay, so let's get things rolling here. We're gonna do some announcements, then the calendar events. Announcements is that I guess it doesn't really matter anymore, but PDX was closed today and they're closed tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Kevin said that he's gonna make it up somehow, some way, somehow. Which
Yeah, we'll probably do another like 12-hour Matsuri thing.
cool. Although it might be a while for that to like actually
Yeah, it's
be
scheduled
worthwhile,
pretty
right?
busy right now.
Everyone, may the 4th be with you. It is that day. A lot of
Tales of
Star
the
Wars
Empire
stuff is
came
happening. Okay, reminder for registering for STC. Even though that we've already passed round 1 for PDX now, you can still register.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, at
Oh,
any
I didn't
time.
know that.
It's the trick and the way that they worded it, which is why it's so dumb, is that it's you have to register before the round that you want to gain points for. Right?
Okay, I
So,
got
like,
you. So
that's
theoretically,
the
you could
stipulation.
wait. You could wait until like for us, it would be the 3rd round. You could register for that and gain points for the last 4 rounds and still qualify.
Yep.
Got
And
it.
then still qualify.
Josh will let you guys know absolutely for the next Matsuri thing.
Oh, right on. Right on.
We love our Canada boys.
Tandem Tuesday, they have their series going.
Yep.
They're
Thank you,
even
series, man.
organized. I feel like they're even more organized than our actual STC series right now.
What?
Because I've seen the point sheet.
Oh, I mean, there's only been 1 round. This is the 4th. It took 4 rounds of that for me to post points.
Okay, Import Expo is next week, you guys. That's going to be at the Oregon Convention Center. So it is going to be an awesome, like,
Yeah,
an
it's gonna be
awesome event as far as like where it's going to be. That building is absolutely cool.
It's iconic for Portland, and it's going to be polished concrete. So it'll be good.
DRCs, DRPs, what are the Breved ASI1 tires are probably all going to be good there.
Yep.
June 8th is the Slammed Enough. Nope. Yep. June 8th is Slammed Enough at the Expo Center, so that's the normal place. We haven't been confirmed there yet, but I can almost guarantee that we'll be there. August 2nd is the new one that you just mentioned like a few days ago, Logan. ES Fest in Salem at the fairgrounds.
Yeah. And that is, I know a lot of people are familiar with that show. It's indoors this year, so it will be inside on polished concrete.
So how did you land that one? Like, who reached out?
The guy who puts the show on called the track, and Alexander was working, and he basically just brought me the phone and was like, I don't know what to tell this guy. I was like, dude, you found your guy. I got this.
I know a guy. Right on.
So yeah, I mean, I've shared with him all the good info. We should have a pretty good space, lots of power and room for tables and everything. So he's up on everything. And he's also gonna be at Import Expo, so he'll get to see our setup and everything.
Cool. If it's at the fairgrounds, then it's not the first time that we've set up a track at the fairgrounds.
Yes. Correct.
And of course, October 4th, 5th, and 6th, schedule your calendars because it is Super G. Start looking for hotels now.
Yeah. Good to see Charlie tuning in.
Oh, hey, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
So we are going to have Charlie in on this stream because we've got to get a inside scoop for Oregon, California spy.
Yeah.
The undercover agent.
All right, you guys. So let me ask you guys on stream here, Logan, Chris, Austin, and Justin. What have you guys been up to? As far as let's narrow it down. As
Pick
far
someone
as
to go first.
drifting and your personal progress or projects with drifting. Chris, since you have your car there, what are you up to?
I got both my cars. Shit. So lately, I just been getting my GRK5 ready and just been building at that. My GOM's pretty set. I'm not really trying to mess with nothing on it. I got to stop doing that. I've noticed it's a yearly thing. I start to mess with my chassis right before SDC starts, and it's like, all right, I'm coming at SDC all fresh, tuning on comp days, and so I stopped doing that.
Hopefully with I know Justin hates that, so hopefully with Justin on your team, he'll coach you around that.
I just left it alone.
There you go.
That's how.
That's what he says.
But my GRK though, this one, it's you know what? I can actually change the camera and show it a little bit. Nobody's really seen it actually. So this is the first time you guys are gonna see the body.
Exclusive.
Yeah. It's the Shibata 180SX, and now this one. Let me go ahead and.
Wait, hold on. I have a thing for this.
What?
Let's
This is
see.
your moment.
There we go.
There
There we go.
And then got the overdose.
Oh, he's got the arrow catches on the RC car, dude. That's crazy.
No, that's been a thing, Logan.
Yeah, those are overdose ones.
Yeah, those are the over.
The overdose.
Well, nobody at our track has those, so
Jake, dude,
Yeah, Jake has them.
like on all of his cars.
nah.
Small
Never
burgers
seen
right here. And then, I got my gum here. This one. Oh yeah, nobody's seen my body either. I haven't shown my body at all. Yeah. So this is my 2020 SEC body here. Yeah. Yep. 260 with the. Yep.
I dig it. No bumper, no rear bumper.
It's I cut off what I could with staying in regulations. That's pretty much it, on the back. I with high motor mount, I had to cut the window, and I just kept messing up. So I'm not rolling a back windshield, and then
Just send it. Whatever.
I came so close to like rounding that piece of aluminum off, but every single time I thought about it, it's the fact that it's overdose.
Yeah.
And it's like,
It is visually, it is aggressive, and it's a little offensive, to be honest. But it looks good.
Honestly, I was about to file it off. If I had a good file, I would have. This is my comp chassis as it is right now, and then this one's still test tuned, but it's my gum,
So wait, okay. How much do you mind me asking? How much you are into your GRK?
What do you mean? How much?
Like as far as like cost of the total chassis.
Okay, so this one is that limited edition.
Yep.
I got this one directly from them, so my price was a little different from what you guys are getting them for. I guess I got this one was like $900.
I got those connections, guys.
But I mean, this GRK5 it's cost the same as the normal kits. I think I don't know how much you get them for here in the States. I know they're about like $900 or something like that, 900 or 1,000, something like that.
Supremacy,
but I mean,
RC Supremacy has them posted for $960, and then Vertex has them posted for $1,280.
Dang.
Hey, well, you guys could support, our new sponsors at RC Supremacy. If they got, that's a damn good deal, honestly. And for being that deal in the States, not having to worry about shipping overseas, that's pretty nice.
Now, here's where I was going with that.
Uh-huh.
you could buy still 2 of those for the price of your 1 Golem, right?
You can buy 4 of those. Honestly.
Yeah. What is money though? Like, I mean, come on.
No. I've all my gobs have been put together in pieces. So it's been a slow process for them to get where they're at, but I just get what I get. I get what I need from the time of. If I want to start adjusting something, I just didn't just buy it and then buy all the parts I could. When I first got my GOM, I started with my front knuckles, and then after that, I went into my rear end and started going from there from my rear arms to the rear hubs. And then I went back to the front, started messing with my front, my front arms. And then it was a slow process, but yeah, that's kind of, I have purchased 1 full option after, that was like a redemption GOM after my first one got stolen. So, but hey, man, PayPal credit helped that one out.
Yeah. Pay it forward, baby. Pay it forward.
Yeah.
I still say this, like, as far as like hobbies go, I have some pretty expensive hobbies. RC drift is still the cheapest one by far. Like, sim racing, photography, snowboarding, all of these things I've spent way more money on than I've ever spent.
Oh yeah, sim
RC stuff. Even obviously like actual 1-to-1 drifting, like it's 50 times more expensive. So
only 50 times.
Yeah, it might be more than that. Shit.
Yeah. But
what about you, Austin? What have you been up to?
I've been focusing lately on tuning aspect, mostly servo, gyro. I've also been punching holes in the ground recently. New thing. But no, I've been kind of focused on like overall Ackerman and just the steering in general. I've got the rest of the car pretty well figured out. So tuning's been kind of my big thing so far, or recently, I should say.
Gotcha. What gyro are you running now?
Revox still. I haven't yet hit the boundary of wanting to get a GYD 550, but I'm sure I'll get there.
It's an interesting boundary, I would say. Because the funny thing is that, and I've said this multiple times over and over again, different combinations just work, right? Like, Justin.
Yeah.
What gyro servo do you run?
KO Propo. Just the KO Propo drift combo.
Chris, what are you running this year?
I went back to KO Propo. I've actually gone through a big change. Before when I drove with you guys, I was running all Futaba. Yep. And I switched back to KO Propo, and I'm thinking about getting rid of all my Futaba stuff. But I've gotten rid of a lot.
I know I've asked this a ton of times, and we've probably covered this multiple times. Are those programmable, like both the servo and the gyro?
The servo has a few torque settings, and the gyro, it has the PGA. So, like the frequency setting, the ratio between servo and gyro, and then the gain.
Okay.
But not a whole bunch of complex programming.
Okay.
Keeping it simple.
I think anybody could definitely find happiness with most of the servo gyro combos out there. I think a good idea is to ideally you can try to combine the brands with those 2 pieces, like they probably know what they're doing for their gyro or servo.
Right. Tuning for the specific brand. That is for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like KO because they really base it for drifting, those additions, they're made for drifting. And I feel like with me with the Futaba, it just felt like I was trying to tune with a soundboard, and just
Fair enough.
Yeah,
how true is that? My gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll share. Yeah, when it's my turn, I'll share. But yeah, I'm definitely in one of those GYD 550 mystery lands, the upside down right now.
Yeah, I feel ya. What about you,
Yeah,
Justin? What have you been up to?
Just still making small adjustments on the rear end to get the RDX rear end feeling nice. Just tried adding spacers under both the rear toe blocks. That made a small improvement, made it feel better, balance between the side grip and forward grip.
So raising both the front, like the both of the rear toe blocks is what you're talking about?
Yeah. So I've got 1 millimeter under the front rear and 2 under the rear rear.
Okay, so you're still running pro squat.
Yeah.
What does raising the toe blocks overall do?
So it's a small effect to your roll center
Hmm.
by, just bringing those closer together. And then it also adjusts the chassis height compared to your suspension by 1 millimeter, which I don't know how much that affects it, but either way, it ended up with a car that felt just a little smoother to drive compared to how it was before, at least to me.
Gotcha.
It was hard to get a good feel on what changed when I was just at a really small track, just Terry shop.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna say this. I think that's something to be said for you, Justin, is that you do have you obviously you have places you can drive, but you don't have like a I don't know, a higher tier home track where you live.
Yeah.
That's like what a lot of people have that you're competing with, right? Like, you're going up against the best of the best, and they all have, like a slide lines or a Super G, and that just doesn't exist where you're at. So you've definitely done a lot with what you're given, but maybe that could be an advantage, driving on a lot of different surfaces and stuff.
I don't think it's an advantage.
I would agree. I would definitely agree.
I'll be the first to tell you. I honestly, there's times I want to. I wish I was just planted at one spot, just so I can have that one track in tune just for that one track and stay. For me, it's like, oh yeah.
Hey,
the challenge.
Logan,
yeah.
Can you be a favor and tap your microphone? Yeah, it's not coming from that microphone.
Okay. That's
good. It looks good though. It looks good.
It looks sick though, right?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
it's like it's not even plugged in.
It wasn't plugged in.
It just sounded too tinny for that microphone.
Hey guys,
let me know, man.
how we doing?
Hey.
What, Chris?
Oh no, I see. He said he's getting rid of it all. Hit me up.
Wait.
Right on.
Oh, the fun we have.
Clean now.
Now I sound beautiful, right? Now I sound way more attractive, right?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Please?
Microphone proximity, people. It is a thing. So are pops and S's and yeah. Oh, I'm a little peaky. No, he's a little peaky.
I am. I won't get so close.
It's okay. It's fine. We're just doing the YouTube thing, right? They don't know how to set their channels or their levels at all. Let's see. Where am I? What am I doing? I am working on so I'm taking the Yogi, high motor Yogi. We're doing a high weight shift battery. So everything's high, right? Motor, battery, and I'm thinking how I want to do the front end. So I want to do a high roll front end, right? So it's either going to come down to an LTS front end, a Travis 2 front end, which is the VX stock 2.0 with the different shock tower on the top, or should I find myself a fantasy front end?
Fantasy front end.
Ooh,
fantasy front end. Look on RC Marketplace. I think there's a guy selling one right now.
I think he's selling it for 300.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, man. You maybe a LTS front end don't sound bad at all.
I don't know. I say still go with the fantasy because, like, what are you doing it for, right? It's experimental and exploratory, and it's just part of your enjoyment of the hobby. It's not like you're competing with it, so fuck it. Fantasy front end.
This is 300 steep.
Honestly, though, on the Yogi,
you'll be fine.
I think you doing that on the Yogi, it's still going to get down on comps. I mean,
either way, yeah.
I'm, me. I know, the Yogi.
Yeah. I do low key. I very much appreciate the production quality that we get, all the vent coverage that we get up here, I do really wish Adam could compete. That would be fun.
No, I would just humiliate myself over and
Well, you're-
over and over again.
No,
Right now, at least I have like some stigma of like, oh, he can drive, and I can drive, but when it comes to comps, man,
What's up, Alfredo? To you?
Yeah, is that Alfredo?
Yeah, which Tech 1 drifted? I assume it's Alfredo, but hopefully it's which one of them is it? There's so many of them.
There's only one.
There's only one.
that runs that account. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm never sure though, you know, like
You never know.
because
Could be collab for all we know. Who knows?
I'm part of a Facebook page that like I'm the administrative, like one of the administrators to it, but not the primary one. And it's the Oregon Drift thing or whatever it is. I don't even remember the name of it. Drift League. And I want to
the
kill
really
it.
old one.
I
Yeah.
want to kill it so bad, but I can't because I don't have the permission to do it. So like forever is it just like an alternate profile that I can always switch to. Yeah,
It is
annoying.
Alfredo. Good job.
Yeah, Alfredo, we still need to have you on the show.
We do. We do.
I haven't asked him yet.
We'll
so-
get on it. Yeah, the thing is we're like still kind of timid about asking people, so we're getting better at it though.
Oh, not anymore. Like,
No, not anymore. Not anymore. Like the last 6 months we've been going hard, but you know, we'll get there.
I'm actually worried of what's gonna happen when we just run out of people.
We won't. we never will. We can just start repeating, honestly.
Yep. Yeah, we can. And so many people have offered like while we're talking
Yeah.
to them at the end.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's sincere. I think it's sincere.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah. Okay. I lost my spreadsheet. Or not my spreadsheet. My thing. So yeah, if I can find a fantasy front end, maybe I'll try to work something in sweet for Zach. Because then I know Zach has a fantasy front end. Maybe he'll trade for a DDSS and some cash, maybe.
Yeah. That would be sick.
But then servo placement. Servo placement is the other weird part about that front end.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the traditional bell crank.
but I mean, for now, you wouldn't want to just leave the DDS front end on it. I mean, I've seen it run pretty nice, you know, with it, even that front end.
Oh, all of my cars have DDSs on it.
That's hilarious, dude.
I think,
I
yeah.
got two just sitting in storage. I don't touch them.
For Adam, it's not about like what feels good. It's just about like what's not what I have now. What's different?
What's not normal?
What's something that people aren't doing?
Yeah. That's actually
Get an overdose. Just run full overdose bell crank. Have fun.
no.
I mean, I just ordered DDSS to put on my MC1 just because.
Yeah.
What front end do you have on your MC1, Austin? Is it bell crank or slide rack?
It's bell crank.
Like the Breved one?
Yeah, full Breved front end.
Oh shoot! Me and her have been trying to get. Dang it! I have competition. But I think
It's 3 of you trying to buy that.
well, no, Harvey and Elliot both have a leg up on me. They have better offerings than what I can offer.
Yeah,
If you know what I mean.
true.
So yeah, that's been my current project. My low motor
Nice.
Yogi drives great, looks great, drives great, and then yeah. Oh, I'm going back to a stiff chassis on the high motor Yogi. Oh,
That's definitely my
Lance-
preference.
The rails on? You gonna put the
Lances are
rails back on?
huh? Wait, one at a time.
They both ask the same question. Lance's deck, and are you putting the rails back on?
Not Lance's deck. Guess which deck. This will be a fun little question.
Well, you
So-
said the Yogi. There's only one Yogi, so it's got to be the Razor deck. You know?
Nope. Razor deck's on the low motor Yogi. That is a true Yogi.
I have no idea.
I guess I can't call it a Yogi anymore.
Nope. Nah, it's not a Yogi. You just got something with a Dom tranny.
Okay, so it has to be a chassis that I've had before. It's definitely a chassis that I'm not running, or at least wasn't running before. So you
I have
gotta
no
know me
idea.
pretty far back.
I don't.
Are you using the M chassis?
No, it's definitely not an M. I do have an M mini MC1, which is the
Yeah,
Big
that
Shark
one.
mini. So not that.
I know you have a sandwich bag full of carbon fiber chassis.
That is true. That is very true.
Which bag?
He's got a freezer bag full of them, so it could be anything.
So I was gonna do the Hydra, but the Hydra is like 2 millimeters shorter than the standard length, which is odd. I thought it was interesting, but I don't know, it drives great. So I'm running an MC1 deck on the lower end of it.
That's good. It'll be not, you want it back this stiff, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
That's
it'll
better.
throw all the weight around. But it's funny because it's MC1 bottom,
Mhm.
RF manufacturing. Romeo Dipaz's what did he call it? I don't know. It's forged carbon fiber.
Oh,
Upper deck.
controversial.
Only in the idea that it doesn't match with normal carbon fiber. That's my only beef with it right now.
It's just not a problem if you just get all forged carbon fiber.
Yeah, but it's the fact that all of it has to be out of forged
Yeah.
carbon.
Which is probably not really possible.
No, it is. You just
Oh, really?
yeah, and Romeo like makes the entire thing, like even the side plates for the DDSS. I have those in forged. But not one of my chassis are just like one.
Did any of you
Chassis
watch Super Fast Matt on YouTube?
No.
No, not that I think so.
I would recommend. He's an automotive guy, but he made a whole video about how he hates forged carbon fiber and how he thinks it's like
Oh, I
the
remember seeing that
OSB.
around.
It's the OSB of the carbon fiber world. It's pretty funny.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, that would make that makes total sense.
He's building like a land speed car, and he fucking put a sandwich in with his carbon fiber mold, and then was mad that it messed it up later. It was hilarious. There was like ham, literally, like he pulled the mold, and there was like a ham sandwich like right in the side of it. It was ridiculous. Hard to explain without you watching it, but Super Fast Matt, check him out on YouTube.
A ham sandwich just in the midst
Yeah,
of his fiber.
actually, yes, legitimate, yes.
Okay, so that was a pretty straightforward debate of looking for a fantasy front end.
Yeah, do that.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I say 300's expensive. It's not.
Mark.
Those front ends go for $300, like $250, $300 all day long.
You got Mark in here. Mark, you still got yours?
Well, he
Yeah,
mentioned
I
other
remember-
people that were selling
yeah.
them.
I remember Mark had one. He put one on a shark. I remember that. Hey, so you should check out the top line. I've been all about top line. Like my GOM's about to go full top line pretty soon. Once the kit drops, I'm changing everything to the belt drive. It's gonna be a top line golf, straight up.
But you just said you were going to be changing things.
Yeah. Well, you know
He's
what?
like,
Fuck
"No,
that.
But also,
I'm
I'm gonna
hoping-
change everything.
Well, so it's like my plan is as soon as that kit comes out, my GRK5 is going to replace it for that time being, and then it'll be the battle of the bows. You know, because I'm doing that, man. I'm going to drop like 400 grams on my GOM right now, so it's like, yeah, I can't wait to do that shit. You know, take me back to MC1 days, but with the new and stuff. You know, because I've been 1,700 grams for a good minute.
Holy whoa!
God.
You're in like RAR territory. What are you running?
That's full option GOM, baby.
Alfredo,
No,
can
it's
you
not-
confirm?
It's a little under. It's a little under. You know,
Alfredo's been
actually, I bet you his weighs more than mine because he's still running slide rack.
Gosh, 1,700.
That's crazy, dude.
Nah, it's like 16 something. Hey, he still gets it. You know,
I'm sure it's fast.
hell, he gets it. He gets my
Yeah.
baby. Yeah,
I
but
mean, my shark was almost 1,600.
yeah, sharks
I
are.
believe
fucking
that for sure.
Well, but you are also running like a fat battery too, right?
Yeah, full size battery.
Yeah, like that in
With the
itself is like
RDX.
100 grams.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was with the RDX rear end. Slim batteries are actually feeling better to drive, so I'm running a slim battery now. I got to find another one because I only have the one I won from Super G.
A lot of people are talking up those scale reflex batteries. Like, they seem to be
It's
pretty
doing
decent.
it's doing me pretty good. If I had cash, I'd just get a second one.
The scale reflex. So I used them for a good minute. Steve and Joey hooked it up with them. But I left. I went to a Reedy. You know what?
I know
Zappers?
Eternity. I run them in my buggies.
These batteries here.
Or
These
Trinity. I run Trinity, not Eternity.
Yeah,
I
the
like
zappers.
I like them
Yeah, the
because
zappers.
they're 90C, but they're high voltage. And I wasn't a big fan of doing those big like 130Cs. I didn't like the jump that it did on my chassis. Look, I still got some scale reflexes. Here's two. Yeah, but
Us Team PDX guys are all Protect these days.
Protect all the way.
These days.
Yeah.
That's because they're sponsored. Like, hey, whatever
Good
counts,
batteries.
right?
It works. It works great.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it's actually I will say I had two 4800 batteries, and the Protect one was quite a bit lighter, which was nice because I like to cut weight. You know what I mean? I like to cut weight and add it back where I want.
Are they doing the special thing, graphene batteries?
You know, I'd have to look. I don't think so.
I know the Zappies batteries are, or the Zappers, the one that you're using, Chris. I think that's a graphene battery as well. Is it special? No. No. I run the Gen's Ace red lines.
I know you and Gen Ace. I know. Hey, whatever.
No,
You know,
like
I don't
honestly,
like 'em.
I've had what, 4 of them. I've gone through 4 of them just puffing or doing random crap on me, right? They're
Yeah.
just a cheap battery
Yeah.
to me.
That's the first kind of batteries that I bought into when I started, and every one that I owned was round at the end of my ownership.
Yep. So
And after
yeah,
not very long at all.
Yeah, all of my Gen 8 batteries are puffed up.
So I'm gonna dibs this right now, so y'all don't do it. But this is what I'm doing to my battery packs right now.
Oh yeah, the Super G sticker sheet. I remember that.
So if you're in PDX, and you see these batteries, and if I forget them, they're mine.
That's a good
I like
use for it because I do. While I appreciate that they're including stickers in their orders, I'm like, I have 50 of these. I don't need another one. I didn't even use all the stickers on the first one that I got.
They're like Pokemon cards. You just got to collect them.
You gotta collect them all.
I got some from 2019. You know what I mean?
Alfredo is saying asking if I've driven the 4200 milliamp hour.
They did release a new battery. I haven't tried it yet.
Well, that was the battery that he was prototype testing at the last STC.
Yep.
Hey, send me a couple. I'll try them.
Yeah. So no, I have not yet.
I do feel like we need to get Justin. I'm going to be Justin's manager. We need to get Justin some hookups, dude.
Dude, he has hookups.
Yeah, he needs more though. He should have everything.
I'd like that.
Gen Ace, the last two, I've never experienced battery messes. Like, I've never experienced those types of problems. So,
My experience. This is like a year ago. So
Yeah,
take
I've never
that
had
for what it is.
like, even though that I've run them, like it doesn't take too much for them to like get out of sync with each other. Like one internal resistance will almost have like double the other, so charging them always takes forever. Not always, right? Like when they're new, they're fine. It's when they get up in the cycles. Gen's Ace equals fire starters. That I haven't done. The only lipo
I've never
battery
had
fire.
one catch on fire.
The only lipo battery fire that I've been a part of, like that I've like started, was self-induced because I was cutting battery leads at the same time.
Sick.
That's what I learned. One at a time.
My SRs ran perfect. Okay, I just want to say that they ran beautiful.
And I do not have a tire sponsor. One for buggies would be fantastic.
Yeah, he needs a tire sponsor for buggies, not for drift carts.
Dude, tire sponsors are like the easiest thing to pick up.
I'm pretty sure a tree just fell in my yard.
Oh, yikes.
Oh,
Must be that wet rain and snow.
Oh man, pick up
It's
a
been-
gum. Hopefully, it hit a car or something. You know?
Hey, Adam.
Yo,
No,
Get-
hopefully it hit
get
nothing.
my turn?
I'm joking.
yeah. What are you up to, Logan?
What am I up to? Oh, what am I up to?
Or wait, what turn are you on?
Yes.
What turn are you talking to?
No, yeah, you're right. What am I up to?
I can confirm that there is a massive tree branch in my front yard now.
Oops.
Oh, do you want to
Oops.
go check it and make
No,
sure
it's
it's
good.
not on a vehicle?
No, all the vehicles are
Okay.
out of the way. So
Yeah,
What-
so what am I up to? So most recently I was at the track, and I have my my YD2Z, which is a FA1 chassis, and I've been trying to get that like somewhat drivable, which is it's been a challenge because that was my first drift car, and it's on like a random generic gyro and an RSST, so it's a decent servo. But having driven the MD2 with the Futaba stuff for so long, it's been like a little bit weird, getting used to it. So I did end up putting a GYD 550 in it, and even then, I'm still dealing with a 550 and an RSST on a chassis that I've never really had that ability to tune with. So it's only been a few days, but yeah, I'll admit I'm struggling a little bit. It's not bad. Like, I can drive the car and do laps, but it's just not the same as what I can do in the MD2. So that's been my challenge. And then outside of that, I did. We had our first round of SDC in Oregon, and I had a pretty good day.
man, I wish I was there. Don't change that layout.
There
for a
too.
Don't-
Yeah,
no, that
I'll
layout's
take it.
staying for a while.
The layout is going to stay until we get our J tile. We will
Cool. I wanted to
probably.
drive it. It looked gorgeous.
So the plan is the layout that we have will stay until round 3. We'll do rounds 1, 2, and 3 on this layout. Various configurations. Obviously, we're going to change the zones and directions and everything. But the track is staying as it is until
Cool.
we install the P tile. And everything that I've heard, it's hard to say what's happening in the shipping situation, but our intention is to pick up our tile at the end of this month and then have it installed for round 4.
Awesome.
That's a very rough quote. Do not, don't mark your calendars or anything for that. That's what we're trying to do. That's what we've been told we can do. If it actually happens, we'll see. But
Nice.
anyhow, I did.
Y'all got a good floor.
What's that?
Y'all got a good floor though.
You
That's
know,
okay, and it can't be better.
you're not wrong. I don't think it's bad as far as driving. It's pretty good. The problem really is, 1, the maintenance, and 2, the tape issue. Like, no matter what color tape we use, we have to put down fresh tape every time we're doing any type of comp, or you can't see the zones at all. There's no contrast because it's like kind of white, and it doesn't look the best. It's not the greatest looking floor of
Black
all
does
time.
Better.
Yeah, the black will look better. And then the other thing is, like, obviously a lot of us are trying to go down to Super G and do well, so it'll be nice to compete on the same tire and surface.
But it's nice that Super G event is a week long, so even
Yeah.
if you don't get to practice much, you can arrive Monday and still catch up.
Totally right. Yeah, I think a lot of us are planning on going pretty early for that. But yeah, so we had our first round. I got TQ and I won the event. It was my first big win, and it was a very good day for me.
Hey,
Nice.
Good job. Yeah. I think it's crazy how many tracks are putting the tile up now.
So many. Like, so many are doing it that we missed out because the container was full. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Well, it's like now that we know what is being used, there's no question about it, right? It's
Yeah,
like-
it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And it's honestly, it's really, we looked at all the math. It's not that much more expensive than like an Armstrong. What would be the the next best thing? I mean, to me, my ideal floor is polished concrete because I think it's just a lot easier to be consistent. But that is the most expensive solution, right?
The best floor I've driven on was some like epoxy polish something that was at a Drift Lab circuit in Miami a few years ago. It was some epoxy thing. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it felt like ice to drive on. We ran DS Racing tires, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Also, Alfredo, I don't have many hookups because I don't use much stuff and buy much stuff. So I don't use them. I have RCO at least.
I think the correct comment there is he could have the hookups. He just doesn't. We got to work on the trying.
Hold on. Justin,
and I don't know how to get them very well.
What's the tire that you run on your buggy?
Right now, the most popular out there is the J Concepts. They run the best, so that's what I'm running. Yeah. And then if I ran turf, I'm pretty sure it's still J Concepts, and of course I want to run turf as well.
I'm pretty sure that you've already won enough races that picking up J Concepts as a tire sponsor would be really easy.
Yeah,
Maybe.
There's a lot of the buggy sponsorship stuff goes out pretty easily.
I know I missed it for this year, so I have time to win a bunch.
Yeah, it is a very seasonal thing.
Just go hang out with the fast guys.
I know, yeah, I was. I just haven't for a month because I've been out of work.
I'll put in a good word with you at 1UP for sure.
Nice,
Right.
please and thank you. I wanted to get a sponsorship by them because they have a bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Don't
Except
forget
hardware.
Vision. Vision's in PDX too. Okay.
But I'm not wearing a Vision shirt, Adam.
Okay, fine. Question in the YouTube chat, and if you do have questions, go ahead and always post them, and we'll try to get to them as best as we can. What are your guys' opinions on the MST RMXM chassis? I think it's a great option because there aren't very many other options.
What is the M version? I'm not familiar.
Is that the one with the quick change diff in the rear?
No.
I don't know.
No, that's what you're talking about, little one.
Yeah, so M chassis. 225.
Okay. Oh, they're fun. I wish there was like something for them, like, you know what I mean, like just like we're doing it with ours, like throw an M comp, that'd be fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always hard though. I mean, if you look at even the LP86 series had to get postponed because I assume because nobody had their chassis yet.
Yeah, just stock.
I do like to see more of that kind of thing, but again, like for us, like I don't really see myself putting in the time for an M deal.
Well, okay. So the funny thing is that once we did it like 2 years ago, like we made it a fad. We had like the entire circle picture at Expo, right, of all the minis, and at that time it was the Wrap Up Next M concept, which was a 225 short deck from Wrap Up. That's what started it all, and then our guys basically took it and said, "Hey, let's make a mini MC1." So with our Midnight Mini chassis, we were basically throwing MC1s onto a 225 millimeter wheelbase. So that at the time was like the only option. But now after that, you have like the D5M, which came out, not the mid motor, but like the Mini, which is a mid motor. And then now this one. So I do think it's awesome. The Porsche is a great looking body. Like, have you seen it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Hold on, let me.
I would say it definitely it's cool that factory manufacturers are exploring that. Like, let's make smaller chassis for the bodies that are smaller.
But it is still a niche thing. Like, it'll always be a niche thing. So I don't see it going out. Especially with how it gained popularity and it fell. It's already gone. So I don't think it'll come back again. Especially with like R31 and MST being the only body makers. Sure, you can do like Tamiya bodies, but then you'll be, well, I don't know, because with the new wheelbase, it's it might open up the doors a little bit better. Here is,
I'm gonna do a GRK5.
GRK5 Mini,
Yeah.
do it.
so you're
Yeah,
gonna,
House of Rear Wheel Drive from RC Supremacy. They got a kit, and I see myself doing it pretty. Yeah.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
So R31 was like the original, like their M conversion.
Yeah. I know they got a Evo, I think, M kit you can buy, but yeah, what is that? What are we looking at?
Why is it so big? Jeez. There we go. That's what it looks like. I think that's great.
Yeah, that's sick.
I drove with a guy at
That's sick.
Victory Hobbies in Nebraska. That's where I've seen one of those. Yeah, they're
That's-
cool.
Super G had one at SDC last year. I'm like, ah, should I? No.
You know,
You
for
have your
M,
own.
for
You're right.
M,
I
though,
do, but huh?
that's a very long body for an M. It's a pretty long body for an M.
I think this one is a 249,
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay.
Oh.
Felt what it
No,
looked like.
it's on the picture. You just can't see it on here. It's 233.
Mhm.
All right, Chris. Afraid
What's
of this Galm or GRK5? Which one makes you smile more?
I'm gonna say, oh man, I can't. But I know this, my GOM is. I'm getting rid of a light on it. It's going full top line. So
Well, that still doesn't answer the question. Galm or GRK?
Choose one, you must, or we'll kill you.
can't. They're equal. They're head to head.
Chris has
I'm
his
not-
allegiance.
Yeah, I'm not, yeah. But I know.
You have an answer in your head, but you just won't say it.
Nah. They're. I'm really excited for where my GOM's going to be going. So I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I've been looking into all the the testing of the new top line kit, their new belt drive system for it. I'm really liking it, and yeah. So I mean, once I do that, the only thing really GOM left on my GOM is just going to be the front end, and yeah, I'm excited towards that. So, but my GRK5 though, that thing's awesome, man. Y'all seen the new R tranny that they've been testing to come out? I can't even wait for that thing. Man, yeah. So it's something I've been looking forward to for one of the reasons why I got into the GRK, because I seen that and I was like, oh man, that's kind of what I've been wanting to do with my Evo, but yeah, it got me. I was like, well, you know what? If I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna go all in with it. And I've always liked R31 House. I love their chassis. So yeah.
And that's a cool thing. Yeah, it's a high price tag to begin with, at least for the GRK5, right? $960, you're all in, but you are all in.
But you also got to look. It's you get a full option GOM, right? I mean, all right, let's say if you buy it at Pace, I think it comes out to $2,100 US. All right, and then you look at all the full options you got. You still got a bunch to buy. At least when you're paying that $900 price tag, you got a fully aluminum chassis. There's anything else that you want to buy optional for it, that's because you're wanting those points of adjustability.
Yeah.
And you don't have to. It's the same thing with that. I tell people with the GOM, nobody says for you to drive a $2,000 GOM. You can, you look at a lot of their team drivers, a lot of them are still running plastic setups on it. I've seen plastic flag racks on, the Japanese drivers for them. So it's nobody says you have to.
Yeah, I mean, it's a chassis that is expensive, but at the end of the day, it's got all of the things done already that you're just going to do anyways if it was plastic, right?
Well, it has options.
Yeah, and then to go with that, you got ES parts. Those are $60 each. You know what I mean? So I have, that's the GOM with RCO. That one's filled with ES parts. I wanted to build a lightweight GOM, and I wanted it. All right, but I have that going in, and that one's even. If you really think about how much ES parts are. So what's the total price tag on that GOM there? You know, so I don't know. It doesn't have to be an expensive chassis.
No.
That's actually that's actually one of my questions that I want to cover later. Or should we do it now? No, hold on. I wanna hit Jose's question first. But it comes down to of like when you calculate a price for a chassis, like when you're selling it, do you include just the things that are on it, or do you mentally kind of put like your pathway, your story behind it, and kind of calculate that way?
I don't think anyone is selling chassis for what they put into it. That would be insane.
Hey, overdose people.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, that's why I'm with Outclip. Man, Outclip on my Evo. I mean, the science they put behind that chassis just for the Evo, it amazes me, like the fact that you can just sit there with an air hose blowing it from left to right, and you can actually watch the chassis naturally squat with it. So it's like they put some science behind that thing, and I love it. You know.
Nice.
And so yeah, I'm that way. I got my
Yeah, I mean, if it's like rare parts and stuff, like stuff that it's not easy to get, then obviously, you know, it's going to inflate the price. But I just mean like if you're selling an RD2 that you put a bunch of like Yokomo aluminum stuff on, you're not going to get the MSRP. You know what I mean? Like it's just not really how it works.
Yeah.
Same in real cars too, right? Like you're not going to make your mods back.
Most RC communities, it's like 50% off once it gets used. Drift is like uniquely expensive for used price.
Unless it's a RevD rear active tow kit. I saw a brand new in package selling for $300.
Those do sell for hotcakes, and then actually most people like get them. I feel like most people get those and then sell them within 6 months.
I still have mine from day one. Although I never drive the chassis. It's on the Mini. Okay, so this question is from Jose. How many motors can you blow up in a year before you go bankrupt?
0.
That's only
Jose,
a Jose problem.
Jose, I've never blown up a motor ever once. Not one time have I done that.
I haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't done it either.
I was running carpet with a 5.5 FDR and 110 degrees of timing, and I never popped a motor.
110
it's still the same motor I'm running now. Yeah.
I think there's
I just bumped the sensor. That's it.
Yeah.
Same motor that
I've
I competed with Worlds in 2018 and 2019. So
I've changed the sensor wire, but there's a common
the sensor on the AccuVance motor.
The actual sensor.
Okay, the board, yeah. That's replaceable. But Jose, I think there's a common denominator in this situation. I don't know.
No, the common denominator is the motor. Let me actually pull this up right now here. Not this picture.
Jake, you lying. You don't run those.
But he does. What are you talking about?
No, he doesn't.
Hey, I just got into active tow, you know, so I'm learning some things with it, and it's cool. I hated on it, but it's cool now, you know?
It's a lot to get into, and if I had a second chassis, maybe I would.
Yeah. The GRK came with it, so it was like, all right, well, I'm gonna fuck with it now, you know. So
Yep. It is one more. Actually, it's not just one more thing. It's a lot of extra things that you have to worry about.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot going on for sure.
To me, it's like I don't, you know, that's why the GRK the way it is. I don't have plans with it on comps right now because I'm gonna experiment with it, like, you know, during, you know, just doing different things with it, you know, and I'm gonna just mess with it, see how it is. It's driving nice. You need to slow it down, but yeah.
Hold on, I'm just trying to get it. Oh no, don't do that.
Oh god. Oh no.
Okay. So it's kind of hard to see, but so this is the plate that where all of the coils meet together, right? So this area right here is where the solder broke, or the coil broke. So get this, because this is not the first time that this has happened to the motor. This is the second time that this has happened to the motor. It's one of the other coils, but I had, like, originally he came to me with this motor being broke, and I fixed it by soldering it together. So he's taken the time to do the same thing, but I feel like it's the motor. Like, he just needs to put it in the trash. Not to mention this fancy thing.
Yeah, just replace the motor.
But he wants to he wants to keep it. He wants to keep it as a backup, which, who knows, he's going to be in competition that one day, but honestly, if he blows up another motor and needs to use this one, that's saying a lot.
I don't know how you're crazy the way you get into you get into soldering, man. I'm still tripping on the little things you've soldered before, man. That's cool. you can fix a motor like that. You're your own workshop.
I just think it's funny because, like, my original solder job held up. It was one of the other wires that took a crap.
That's funny.
Lance, I think he already fixed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
so
I'm
my
pretty
theory-
sure
hold
he
on.
already fixed it.
My theory on this motor is that whatever torture Jose put it through at some point when he soldered it originally might have done a little bit of work for you, breaking all the other joints. I don't know.
Jose has a shark, right?
Yep. Ooh, actually,
Yeah,
I think I remember Jose. Jose, I think he just bought that shark when I first met him, right?
Yeah, that probably sounds right.
Okay, he was doing that. You gotta chill then. He's blowing these motors like that.
Yeah. Also, big surprise. The motor broke
Well,
after we
motor
fixed
broke.
it multiple times.
I mean,
Just
yes,
get a new motor.
I totally agree with this 100%. Bad soldering equals more resistance, which equals more heat, which equals more
Yes.
killer.
That
killer
was
recipe.
kind of what I was getting at. And I realized, Elliot, your solder job was probably much better originally.
I'm kind of curious though, because these motor terminals were basically cut down. So the story about this,
they do tend to melt. I don't know.
no. So the original story about this is that Elliot was trying to fit this motor to an RER, like his gen of RER, but because of it, it wasn't allowing the. We lost Justin.
He'll be back.
Going to get some water real quick.
Gotcha. Okay. Because of the clearance for the RER, he basically hacked off the motor leads, like where you typically stick in the bullet, right?
Yeah.
So that gave him enough clearance to be able to use this. And then the setup went over to Jose.
So it could just be like a perfect storm situation.
Yep. I just think it's a conglomeration of everything of bad juju for this motor. So
That motor's seen some shit for sure.
I think I'm gonna send you a few ESCs to redo the wires. I hate soldering those, Adam. I think you can do it for me.
oh yeah, 100%.
Definitely the worst experience is removing the stock wires off of like a rad.
No.
Any AccuVans, it's a pain. I hate it.
You gotta put
Even
so
on the-
much heat into those things.
and
I
then-
tried
and
doing
then
it the
on
other day for my MC1, and it just would not.
I think
Would
the
not
move
come up.
the move is I haven't done this yet. I've always done it like in the case, and I think probably what's happening is just the case is just draining the heat out of the solder joint when you're trying to melt it. So probably the move is just to take the PCB out of the case and then clamp it up so that there's more of an insulating material between the jaws of the whatever's clamping it, and it doesn't have a giant heat sink. But you got to put a lot of heat into a rad to get those wires off. It's kind of terrifying.
That's
Does
what
the
I.
rad have does the rad have those little prongs for the cap, like the XX does? I've never ran a rad, so
No, they're
on
just
the XX,
soldered right to the wires.
on the XX it has two separate prongs and for the capacitor or whatever, and those, man, I snap them. Oh man, I snap them, dude. I hate it. I've sent, dude. So I send, honestly, I pay Accuvance pretty much. I end up sending it to them to solder
Just
it up. I
redo
give
it.
them the extra wire. Hey, put all these caps on for me, and they do it. It's nice, but now I'm rewiring everything. So
Yeah.
Messed up.
TJ, that's a very apt comment for sure.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's
The motor is
trying to die.
and then you got Mark. Mark's right too. We can rebuild it stronger, faster, and then it'll blow up again.
But that's the whole hobby, right? That is our
Thinking
hobby.
of capacitors, I just added the Blaze, Accuvance Blaze to mine.
And did you notice the difference?
Hard to say because I didn't drive it without the capacitor first. Because I
Okay.
had to just I went to Tacoma RC to get it soldered on.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
from
no.
what I could remember, it felt smoother, felt better.
And then put the Pulse Master on it. It's gonna
Accuvance does use the
Oh, yeah,
finest
it's gonna
wire in RC.
widen it up. You're gonna like it. Pulse Master.
I
Yeah,
I
they do.
had a Blaze on my rad, then I blew that up by, poor battery insulation, and so I'm using like probably a stock capacitor off of like some Reedy or something ESC, and just doing the job.
As long as there's something there.
Yeah.
I have a capacitor pack from one of my old Orca ESCs. Yeah, so those are fun. But yeah, as long as there's something there.
Something. Yeah, just something.
Something. I had just some little dinky piece of shit capacitor before I added the Blaze to it.
Hey,
Something.
That is OEM equipment, so it works.
Yeah, I mean, if they send it with the thing on there, it's got to be good for something.
Oh, and we're gonna like haul butt through Roast My Rig because we still need to catch up on those from the weeks that we missed too. Okay, so there's a few things that I came up with, and I want to ask you guys about it. So and it kind of comes down to like selling, like buying, selling. When is it time to like change over to something new? You know. So first question to you guys. One, if you find a new chassis, right? If you see like new chassis coming out, like the D6, right? And you're gonna buy it, right? If you buy it and you build it and you drive it, is it like, are you quick to sell it if you don't like it, or are you gonna give it a chance and like tune it?
I'll give it a chance and tune it, and then if I still don't like it, I'll sell it.
Like, how much tune-in are we talking about?
I'll give it a good try. I'll give it a good base tune and make some adjustments into it. There's only so deep I'll go. Like if I need to start swapping parts and etc. Maybe.
What about you,
I
Chris?
tuned it up. I don't give up on it. That's me.
Stubborn.
But I'm very selective on the chassis I buy. But
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, like when I had my MD, I didn't like it, but I was like, it can still. I know it can drive. I know it can. I'm not
They
going to get
have
rid
to
of
be
it.
doing
you know?
something right.
But I mean, I got it for the most part. I remember I did a SDC round in Super G with it, when I was out there for that season. But I still didn't like it, But I got it to drive, and I didn't like it, and I got rid of it, But
Yeah.
Speaking of which, here is the new D6.
That's crazy that they're still doing that. Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I'm kind of lazy. I like what I have, and it does the job that I need it to do right now. So until I feel like the chassis is the limiting factor, I don't think I would even be interested in something else. I feel like we're pretty far along in the whole
you still
meta
have plastic
of
tranny, right?
What, Chris?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. So when I first met you, Logan, I remember you still had a plastic tranny, brushed motor.
Yeah. So I have a MD2 now with an Artisan chassis.
Oh yes. Okay. Now, I've seen the pictures. Yeah.
So yeah, I just like I'm happy with what I have, and if and when I ever feel like that's the limiting factor and not my own skill, I might be interested in trying something else out.
I can only ever afford one chassis at a time, so I just had to always pick what was better.
Fair enough.
Justin gets what works.
So this is, sorry, the D6 intrigues me enough to where it's like, it's on the radar, but at the same time, it's like, it's trying to be too many different things, I feel. D6 is actually a D4.5. Yeah, I believe that.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't pay no attention to this brand. I'm not trying to say it's a bad brand. I'm not hating on it, but you know, you just mentioned the D. I didn't even know they went. I thought they were still on the D3. I'm not.
Yeah,
I really liked my D5.
I would say
D5.
Yeah. D6 isn't really a head turner for me, but things that are super interesting, like a fantasy or like an LP86, I'm definitely like, yeah, if I could afford it, I would try that just for fun. But
a fantasy's cheaper than your MD2.
Yeah, true.
I do want to try it.
What's so new? Go back to the picture of the chassis on like is it like the LP? They did this like the LP or what?
No, definitely not. This is more like your standard chassis. My problem with it is that I feel like it's trying to be so many things at the same time, right? Because like we have there's an option for 4-gear straight gears. There's an option for bevel gears. There's an option for belt drive, which we have options for belt drive conversions like all day long now, right?
To me, it seems like in this day and age, trying to turn your power delivery 90 degrees is probably not. I mean, that's probably wrong. There's plenty of cars that are doing that still, but a bevel gear just seems highly inefficient to me. But
I don't trust them.
I mean,
I don't like them in the MST design. In the D5 design, it was kind of wonky, but I just ran low power through it. But I don't trust them for anything more than that.
The other interesting thing.
That's what I have in the GRKs. I run the bevels in the GRK.
Yeah.
But I don't think you have a choice.
I remembered that fact, and I had to dial back what I was saying as I was saying it. But yeah, I just, in my head, it makes the most sense just to leave the motor in the same orientation as the rest of the gears.
So the other part of this, which is absolutely fascinating actually, is that the bevel gear retains a 3.0 FDR. The straight gears is like your typical Yokomo 2.6, and then the belt drive is 2.71. So it's like you're able to play around with FDR just by changing your belt, like your drive system. I swapped out my bevel gears ASAP out of my RMX. Yeah.
I can say from the looks of it, what I like about it, I guess it's gonna whoever like gets this chassis to start off with, and they actually test each one. I bet you it'll kind of help them whenever they're ready to upgrade from it to kind of guess what they're gonna go with. You know what I mean? Belt drive, they got the belt drive selection. Gear drive,
yeah.
That's something
there's definitely plenty to learn, right? Like you could pick this up and make it drive good. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, so much this. You can make any chassis drive good when it's tuned right. 100%.
Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah, my D5 drove fantastic.
Yeah.
I absolutely
100% agree with that. Because at the end of the day, if you look at it, like we're changing the alignment as far as chassis go. Like for the most part, there's like weight transfer and rolling, but like the most influential things are the alignment. You can do other stuff to most chassis to make them all drive good enough.
It's running pillow balls for the arms.
Yeah, people will hate that. Ben will get one of these.
But will he?
I don't know. He has the RDX now.
He competed with the RDX, yeah.
Yeah, and he did better with it than he's ever done before. I don't know.
Not just any RDX, a Carbon Fury RDX.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so literally a limp noodle.
He went
flexi deck.
straight. Yeah, he went straight limp noodle with it. I didn't know that.
I can't say anything. I need to drive it first before I can say anything about Carbon Fury. Which
Hey,
Carbon
man,
Fury, huh?
RC Supremacy salesman, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they do have a Z, like a Z trans conversion, I think. Maybe. I know it's either for like RD 2.0 or something else. He's got something Yokomo based, so there's something. Okay. Back to it. Let me find my little page here. So, on the same idea of like selling and whatnot, when do you guys figure out when you want to sell a chassis?
But I'm not using it anymore, and I don't plan to use it anymore.
Do you guys have like hold sentimental value to your chassis?
Yes.
The only one I hold sentimental value to is my Shark, but that's just because I've had it for so long and it's taught me so much. So
I've been through so many chassis conversions, whatevers, that I kind of just have remnants of old chassis, nothing actually to hold on to.
Yeah, if I'm at the stage, being in this like a year and a couple months, like I've only had two, and I wouldn't get rid of either of them. Both of them are highly like converted and whatever, but like I would never. I don't really get in this to buy and sell stuff. I just buy what I want to use and drive it, and then whatever happens to the other. It'd be hard for me to get rid of my Z or something.
Mm-hmm.
I have my main ones, and then I have my side like pieces. At a time I had 4 GOMs. I've been slowly letting them go. As a matter of fact, whoever looking for a GOM, hit me up. I got one semi-full option and one bone stock one. But those I have my main one, like the GOM. This one I showed y'all. I'm probably never getting rid of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm never getting rid of that one. My GRK5, I don't think I'm getting rid of that one. And my outclip, I'm never getting rid of that one. I mean, to me, they all hold like. You drove with my outclip, y'all. I think you guys drove with our Adam, or just you drove with my outclip. It's for me. It's like that's like my Matsuri chassis. You know what I mean? Like that one is when I want to break from my comp chassis, I drive my outclip just because it's just flow. It's calming. Like I'm just chilling it. So, but the other two, those are just my babies. Then they're my weapons.
No, totally. Like
Yeah.
I'm at the point where like all 6 of my chassis that are hanging on the wall right now, they are all unique enough to where like I don't ever want to get rid of them. Like, what do we got? We've got the Shark, like a highly modified Shark that doesn't look like a Shark other than the transmission and the DDSS. We've got a high motor GOM thing, is what Chris called it. GOM transmission thing. We've got the McShark Mini. We've got a Wrap Up Next M Concept Nervous and VX Stock Mini. We've got a old MST RMX VIP with a Razor conversion. And a low motor Yogi.
Nice.
Like, and my problem is right now is that I don't know what to go buy next. It's like
you're in the twilight zone of like, what do I
If I had
do?
the money, I'd have multiple chassis. I'd have a few at least.
Whatever you do, don't turn into Judd, who has like 17.
Yeah, I would say I'm the exact opposite of Judd. I just like what I got, and I have no interest in buying. I do have interest. Okay, I lied. I would like to try a fantasy. I would like to try an LP86, and I would like a duplicate of my MD2. But it's like very limited, and it's all like not just to try it out. It's all like for reasons.
That's me. That's why I'm getting more than one GRK5. You know what I mean? I see myself having this one, and I'm gonna get the R trans. But I want to know what do you guys about buying numerous? Like for me, I'm strictly Overdose and R31 House. Like I'm done experimenting with other brands. I know that these two brands suit my style, and so it's nice to see all the new chassis. But I really have no cares for them. You know, like that's just are y'all just like Adam? You got a bunch of brands.
Yes. Like honestly, I want to start a building service where like just send me chassis to build. I'll build them. I'll build them to the book, and that'll be it. But just to have fun with that, because I do enjoy the build aspect a lot more than the driving aspect.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I hate building cars.
Yeah, like if anything, building a chassis is what will keep me up late at night.
That's what you like to do. I could vibe with that, I guess. Also, shout out to Mark roasting Judd. He said nothing wrong with 17 except for its rookie numbers. Which, if you're gonna get roasted by a guy, it better be Mark. If you're Judd, who else has more chassis?
He loves to build. Yeah, no, I am all for that.
Yeah, I don't enjoy building whatsoever.
Give me that homie hookup on a Galm. No, you need to earn that right, sir.
No, just drive your car, buddy. Just drive your car.
Okay. Now that it's there in my mind, Jose is actually looking for another chassis. So when he was explaining it to me, right? When he was explaining it to me, he wants another competitive chassis, but kind of as like the play around thing, whereas his Shark will always be like his go-to.
So here's my take on that. If that's what he's looking for, like a play around thing, I think he should just duplicate what he has and then play around, which is what I'm trying to do. But I don't think for the goal that he has, which is to try something else out, I don't think a different chassis is the right way to do that. Having experienced what I'm experiencing right now with having a Z and the MD2 and trying to make them drive the same is just not really working.
Well, I don't think driving the same is the goal here. It's the idea of just having something in the back pocket that's different. So like goes down to Super G, one drives better than the other.
Okay,
right?
So what I've learned from competing,
RCO RDX.
there you go.
But there's no joke.
What I've learned from competing is that the most important thing is consistency. Like if you can throw down a 100-point qualifying lap one time, that's fine. But to get through a full comp, it takes doing a 80 or 90-point qualifying run like 6 times. So, like, to me, hopping around between a bunch of different chassis that totally drive different, I always have to give this asterisk of like if your goal is competition. But yeah, that's just that's a disservice to yourself.
Another reason to watch
100%. It's 100% true because I did that, and yeah, it like I said, I'm tuning on my comp days, and it's just yeah, nah.
Yeah, you need to just dial in on what you have.
Yeah, and that's where I'm strictly those brands, and yeah, because the other chassis are nice. Now, if he wants something different, I would say just get like a RDX or even an RMX and just leave it how it is, and you can beat it up.
I think he said RDX is already out of the question because he doesn't like how it drives.
I would really like to just get an RD2, but I can't even explain why. I just like it.
It's so cheap. It's $204.
It's cheap, and I feel like it's just really good.
Yeah, they've done so many good things with that chassis.
Just having lived with the Z as my first car, like I look at the 2 and I'm like, dude, it's like everything I wanted to change, the RD2 is.
So, Alfredo here. I still have my Yokomo DP that went through all the phases of RC Drift, 50/50 CS, and rear-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Random
got the
fact.
sentimental car.
Random fact. I don't have that car anymore, but that's the only chassis that I've won a competition with, is a Yokomo DP.
this, obviously this wagon is not great for competition. This will never leave my possession.
Chris, Mile High or Mark is asking, speaking of comp, Chris, are you going to make it up here for round 1 in like a month?
Yes, that's where I plan on doing my SDC.
Really? In Colorado?
Colorado Springs. Dude, they got an awesome new track out there.
Of course.
It's nice. I've been seeing their clips of it, and man, I don't want to murder the name. Because there's two. There's a track in, I think it's Opposition RC. Mark, help me out, man.
He's calling it a lifeline.
Yeah.
Phone a friend.
Yeah. All right. So I'm right. Opposition RC. They're killing it, man. I'm looking at the videos, and I can't wait to go out there. Honestly, straight up. Yeah. No, that's I'm looking forward to it, big time.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now,
Is that going to be P tile or J tile?
They already did it. Yeah, they got the tile already. It's already
Sick.
planted. They've been driving on it.
So they're the reason why we didn't get ours when we wanted to. Cool.
Honestly,
Thanks,
dude,
guys.
They got a lot of dude. It's a big track.
That's sick.
What I mean? I don't know. I know it's a nice number.
It's in Colorado Springs.
Yeah, so I think it's north of Colorado Springs a little. Yeah.
All right.
Probably
yeah,
like 20 minutes. Probably like 20 minutes. I don't, but
we'll have to check that out. Add that to the calendar, boys.
Oh yeah, I know. I saw a lot of videos from the guys from Arizona, or some of them that visited for the Matsuri. They stopped on there. Yeah.
Oh right, that would be that would be a good road trip there.
Yeah, you can find them on Instagram. Opposition RC. You can check them out on our Instagram. Check their videos
Sounds
out.
like anymore. Like you could do a trip, like a Colorado trip, and hit up like 3 really sick tracks, but that are pretty close together.
Oh, and then I mean, if you go to Denver, if I'm right, I mean, you got 3 tracks out there. You got, I think Crossbase has one, and the Hobby Town out there has one. I think they got 2 Hobby Towns, but they're out there. It's definitely fun, and a lot of stuff.
We'll have to get that on the tour schedule for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Hobby Town. I'm actually really surprised that Hobby Towns, because they're privately owned, right?
It seems, yeah, and they're also, yeah. I think any of the brick and mortar stores are privately owned at this point because they've been bought by A-Main.
So, I think the name is funny, but it's called the Hideout. But this is the new track that's over in Happy Valley, Oregon, or it's over by the Clackamas Mall, basically, right? Just putting this out there. It's a well, Jose, you went there. It's
Jose's the guy out there, dude.
He's the reason why he blew up his motor today.
Yeah. Yeah, just another track in the area is always good.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it'll take them a minute to get up to speed, but that's sick. I mean, if that means our hobby, our community can grow, then I'm all for it.
Where is it?
It's like East Portland metro area, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you were to take 205 south instead of going straight down 5, or I don't know, it depends. But it's on 205. It's closer on 205 than anything else. Yes,
And
A-Main
it's like,
has own Hobby Towns.
It's painted concrete. I heard it's pretty slick compared to our track.
If I honestly, that's my favorite floor. My home track RCG, when it was there, they had some formula down. I know. I think Street Break. Have any of y'all been to Street Break?
No, I have not.
No.
Yeah,
Justin,
of course I have.
so you know the floor. I think you helped them with their floor a little bit too. I don't know what it is, but that type. So for you to polish concrete, you would love that floor, Logan.
Yeah,
it's still that the polished consistency, but it's a slickness. I haven't been on a P tile that has matched with it, or polished concrete that's even matched with it.
Yeah.
I think probably the slickest polished concrete I've been on is Scale, though. Scale, you know.
Yeah.
It's nice. You will love it. But I haven't been. I'm not gonna say there ain't other tracks that haven't been or are at that level. I haven't traveled to them yet, you know. But I know I've been seeing some people doing some nice polish jobs on their setups.
Yep.
Honestly, I do miss the Northwest track
Mhm.
for the surface that was there.
That
Dude,
was
Northwest
it. Was
awesome.
It was like I would call that like a ground concrete, and it was quite a bit slicker than PDX.
Yeah, so
it was good though.
So the funny thing is that it used to be like smooth, polished concrete, like just for your typical shop floor, and then they sanded it down so that they could run concrete oval, which no one ran concrete oval.
Which is where that track was, right?
I ran concrete oval with my drift car and rubber tires. That was fun.
If you don't think whenever we do a track change at PDX, if you don't think we do just oval racing for about an hour, then you'd be dead wrong.
No, same thing happened at every home track I did when there was a track change.
I do actually. I loved like drift car oval racing. I do think it's fun. If I had my own track, I would leave it up dedicated because it's a good time.
Put rubber tires on.
Yeah, that'd be even more fun.
It's so much fun. Random fact: I started playing NASCAR Heat 5 the other day.
I've been down that road.
So I've been turning left.
I was doing a lot of oval stuff in iRacing a couple of months ago. That was fun.
Nice.
No MSTs with her.
Dallas, the concrete there's painted. Yeah, I see somebody sitting there. I mean, honestly, it's painted, but it still feels like it's just concrete. I don't know. I don't compare that to like. I think Scale's a bit slicker.
Okay, and let's jump to one last thing that I want to talk about. Or is it the last thing, or do I have more things?
Could talk about how to get a sponsorship. I've only gotten one.
Like I said, just go talk to the fast
a little
people.
bit of effort, Justin.
Well,
I can help you. I can help you.
Are we talking about your buggy career, or are we talking about your drift career?
How about either?
Okay.
Either.
Yeah.
Well, what
Mostly
ESC
for
combos?
buggies, to be honest.
You run AccuVans, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, they only recently started doing their sponsorships.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, so there's some things in our sport that are just really hard to get sponsorship wise, but there's I mean, Justin, you should just hit me up like in Facebook or fucking Discord or something, and I would be happy to help you with that aspect.
Nice.
I forewarn you, it's scary. Logan has an entire profile, like a portfolio.
I've got like a racing resume written up.
I put work into it, and I got sponsorships off of basically no driving, so I kind of feel like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
I've got a good resume.
Yeah, you have an excellent resume. I mean, the resume doesn't really get much better than Justin's. There's a couple guys that might have slightly better, but I mean, yeah, we can do it. We can get stuff done for sure.
My buggy resume can definitely grow, considering I only started a few months ago.
Yeah,
okay.
There's
you'll
good
be fine.
results.
You'll be fine.
So, last serious question before we move over to roast my rig, which, if you didn't notice, I did post a link in the Discord for the Discord. That's the place where you can go to place pictures of your chassis if you'd like them to be roasted and featured on the show here. Dead Culture, man, got sponsored for existing.
I did a little bit more than exist, but okay. It certainly wasn't free.
Okay, how many of you have seen my side-by-side videos that I'm posting on like Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that?
I've seen them.
I've seen a few of them.
Okay. Do you feel that they're controversial? As in, like, you're watching them now, and then, like, it could pull a bad call from the judges? Feelings, yes. Keep on posting. Who cares? Or just be mindful of them. Because honestly, I used to not post pictures because of that same reason too.
Who cares? Just keep doing it. That's right.
Yeah.
Can you run this by me again? I'm not following.
So you know the side by side, like, well, I asked you how you made your
Oh yeah.
your side by side.
Yeah, I started posting battles, like top side by side, basically on Instagram because the reel limit is 45 seconds. So you can post the whole battle in 45 seconds. And then I've realized, like, yeah, you can actually. This is actually really good to judge the battle because you can sit there and watch it over again. Works out well for me because people like to watch them 3 times. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty good. I think it helps, and I mean, there's definitely so a lot of people ask us to judge clips and stuff. So it's not fair to the judges at your event to sit there and watch clips and watch the video footage over and over and over and over again and, you know, go frame by frame and hit the slow-mo and then make a judgment after you've been sitting there watching it for 10, 15 minutes. It's like, yeah, it's a little bit easier for you to make that call if it was tight. So that would be my biggest opinion on it. But I do like posting the battles. And I think that way, you know, posting a battle, both sides of it, also helps like present what's actually happening. Like if I got away with one, then I post it, and people can make their own opinions of it, right? I like that.
So just so everyone's on the same page here.
And I was gonna say what you're posting lately, which is just a lot of the battles from our round. That is great for everyone involved. Literally anyone that has an account that is viewing this or participated in this, it's good for them because obviously, you know, we have a bit of a network. So if we can share this to as many people as possible, then that benefits everybody involved.
I think it's smart. I think because it also you're hearing other people like give their insight, and maybe I think there was one post I even made a comment on. And I think somebody said that they didn't see it the same way because after, you know, until it was mentioned. So honestly, I think it's, you know, at the end, it helps everyone, helps the judges.
Yeah.
Keep
Totally.
You know, so it's like, I think don't stop.
Yeah. Obviously you're going to have a better take if you can sit there and watch the fucking battle for 10 minutes. You can be like, all right, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. I like the way that I do it because it nets myself more views, and it also is just good for everyone to like, because this is actually a thing they do in FD. They will ask for like the side-by-side version of the replay, right?
Mm-hmm.
I tried the program that you recommended, Logan.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying they're good. It's just so I have Windows at home and Mac OS at work. Both of those are just the free included whatever video editors that come with both of those operating systems, and I figured out how to do it on both of them. So it's free and it works.
So you were using it on like desktop environment, not on your
yeah. All these reels I've edited on a desktop computer.
Okay,
I don't do anything on the phone.
I tried doing it on the phone. I'm like, how did he do this? This is aggravating.
I'm not doing that.
Anyways, I've kind of settled on this format, this kind of template.
Yeah, that's good.
The backgrounds might change every so often, but
so yeah, that's the thing. Whenever I have people film me, I do ask them to film vertical, just so that this would fill out the whole frame. But
see, I tried that, right? Like,
it's hard. It's hard to keep the cards in the frame the whole time if you do that.
Instagram. Shoot, how do I get to my things? I don't know how to use Instagram, you guys.
What comp is that? Huh?
That looks like that's from like Bay Area. That was J-Bars, so that was Sheldon's, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was okay.
Here we go. Because I did try changing it up, and you'll be proud, Logan. I intentionally tried to frame like the video, like with the cars just strictly in that 9:16.
Yeah.
But it was tough.
Yeah, it's hard. It's not easy. If the filmer isn't like dead center on the cars the whole time, then you're gonna have to make some compromises.
Like here's one where I filled both sections.
Yeah.
It's just you miss so much.
Yeah, totally, 100%.
I remember when Chris asked me to video one day.
Oh, that was sus, DJ. That was sus, DJ leading.
And I filmed it vertical. I'm like, or no, I filmed it in landscape,
Mhm.
and then Chris posted it in vertical. So like,
Oh yeah.
There's times where like the cars are just like not in the
It's
frame at all.
so funny the challenges that we face, like posting collaborative stuff on the Instagram all the time. Like I'm only
Chris?
very, huh?
You're not me, right?
No, not you, not you.
Oh yeah. Hey,
No,
hey.
but like I never really was into Instagram or did Instagram until I started doing RC drifting. And so it's been like a steep learning curve, like learning how to, how to post your videos, when to post them, how to tag every post I make, I mess up something. It's ridiculous. And I'm always getting
Dude,
messages.
See that I don't know. I don't, man. I just post whatever, man. It'll eventually make its round.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't front whatsoever. Like I'm doing it very like specifically. Like I'm trying to,
Yeah. Mark, I'm using Premiere. Premiere can I can easily
you can
match the tones and all that.
Yeah.
So the way that I've been doing it is that I've been using the go tone as like my marker, my clap. So it's super, super easy to sync those up.
Yeah. I usually sync them off of when the lead car moves. I just tie them together right there, and then it's pretty easy to do the picture-in-picture or whatever.
So, okay, let's catch up. We're going to roast my rig, everybody.
Oh boy.
Yours?
Mine is in the set, so yeah. I've just got.
How far up are we going?
That's the good question. We ended with Shane's chassis,
You gonna leave the door open?
and we did a few of them. No, because I posted before Shane. Scrolling up. Let's start off. Okay. And we're gonna switch. That is not the one that I want. Now it's in the completely wrong area. Okay, so this is the high motor Yogi Galm transmission thing. So
What is this?
So Galm transmission. So belt drive with a belt drive going to the motor.
Okay. You put what you could on it.
Yeah. So I actually thought about switching it back to gears for the pinion and the spur gear. But then I wouldn't be able to fit the high battery plate that I'm doing here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. But yeah, so this is what we're talking about. Switching this out for fantasy front end. Help it get the rolls a little bit more.
Yeah, to do it. It's pretty clean.
Right.
I really like when you have one brass spacer that's just the perfect height in the front.
Oh, it's not. You're talking about the front.
The body mounts.
Yeah.
No, not that one.
Yeah, I got what you were saying. But yeah, This is my retrofitted brass standoff high battery mount.
Hey, all right. I can pull up a picture. If you remember my GOM when I had the high lipo mount before I put the Yogi lipo mount on.
Yeah.
I was using those brass standoffs. I put them like, both like that big because from, so hey, those work, they get the job done.
Oh, they're fantastic.
I put like 4 together to get where I needed to be, but
what's the blue material like on your wires?
Oh, on the wires?
Yeah.
It's just heat shrink because this is a Y splitter.
Oh, okay.
So because I'm not cool like y'all that have a Zarvis or the extra fan mount or whatever, I have to use an extra splitter to be able to get power to the fans.
What about, is the O-ring on the positive lead just to keep it off the battery?
The O-ring comes with the thing, like actually
comes
with the racing thing. It serves no purpose.
But then
like,
you said
there.
racing.
Yeah, it's just there.
Okay.
Mark, I got rid of my brass standoffs on my Shark after Logan roasted them and replaced them. Homemade tungsten weights.
Tungsten weights?
Oh my
Jesus.
gosh.
The most expensive heavy material.
Baller.
Super baller. He did send me. I'll shout out to Mark for sending me a link to that spacer kit. Some Facebook post or something.
Battery.
But
Really
that was a good deal.
So yeah, this is Lance's new deck. This is the new Midnight Designs chassis. Fits quite a plethora of different chassis, but there's no flex in this. It is just a fat boy. Yeah, stiff chassis.
We skipped over Jake's roast my post, but yeah, it's kind of hard to roast, so we'll move on. Unroastable. I agree. Good stuff.
Yeah. So this is what Lance is competing with. This is what he competed with last week.
Okay, Lance, I'm gonna keep it real. The chassis is probably fine, but we gotta switch the body. The body is not it.
what body?
I love it. The body is sick. It looks so good, but it's the RWB 911.
Oh, he used a Z. Never mind. My bad. But yeah. His Porsche. He has a Porsche.
Yes.
The Porsche body.
It's beautiful, but it's just not. It's not right. It's not set up good for comp. But he felt good in it apparently.
Well, so he wasn't driving this. He was driving a Z.
Got you.
That's not my comp body.
I was just going off of what he drove in the comp.
Oh,
More high battery mount.
What are you showing, Austin?
So it's Lance's deck also, but the Shark instead. So just
Hold on, I can do a thing. Why does this require so much brain power? It doesn't require any brain power. It just requires organizational skills that I don't have. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta compliment Lance on his whole room there. Looks pretty well put together, pretty clean, not cluttered. He's got all of his own parts. Hard to roast when the guy's just making his own stuff.
Nope. Nope. That's me.
go through
There we
everyone.
go.
Yep. There we are.
That's
Shark Midnight deck.
Good weight balance.
Okay, if anyone has a good suggestion on how I can get like full res video into this,
Yeah,
let me know.
it's a challenge. It is a challenge because I'm looking at myself on my own feedback. I'm like crisp HD clean, and then as soon as we get into Google Meets, it's just like nah.
Yep, it's compressing the compressed. Ooh.
But yeah,
Have you
Battery
seen
is way up
Lance's new prototype battery mount?
I have not.
It's a clippy clip thing which is a very, very good clip thing.
So no more of this right here.
I mean, there's still a rubber band,
Oh, okay.
but
No,
it's
I
not.
haven't
It's
seen
not
it
that type.
It's black. The rubber band is black. We
I haven't-
upgraded.
I didn't
We
get to
upgraded
see
to a
it
black
because I
rubber
wasn't
band.
at round 1. So
That's right. That's right.
Shh, 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 shh. Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
I mean, I was. But yeah, shark. Midnight deck.
Lance's
I love it.
spiral wheels always are confusing to watch. I'll say
So,
that.
Austin, are you a confirmed stiff chassis boy?
I am.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I had Lance's flex deck, loved it, like thought it was amazing at first. And then when we were at the Northwest Hobby Expo and I got the new deck from him, instantly swapped it over and mind blowing. It's so much better.
Been saying for a very long time that I kind of don't understand all the flex thing because stiffness always felt better for me.
I'm a stiff
Yeah,
guy for sure.
I run everything stiff.
I'm stiff. I'm stiff right now.
You guys.
Always stiff. Always stiff. I
But
mean,
I,
if you look at anything in motorsports, there's nobody that's making. I guess F1, like some of the aero kits are like flexible on purpose, but like as far as like chassis, it's not.
Chassis are stiff.
Yeah,
They're
chassis
rigid
are
as well.
stiff.
There's rules in FD that you can't stiffen the chassis up even more.
Yeah, right. With all the tubes in the
That's what
front end and
people
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, here is Lance's new battery mount.
Ooh.
You could tube the front end. It's just up to the center.
So
Yeah, you can't extend the
like
cage through the
D1
the
idea,
shock towers and
right?
stuff.
Except
You can't like weld onto
Rubber
the
band.
chassis to
Yeah.
increase
and now
chassis stiffness.
it's spring loaded.
Oh, that's pretty
So,
sick.
Battery's in,
Looks good.
doesn't come out.
I really like that.
Pull the battery.
It's, yeah,
out.
easy
Like
for sure.
Lance, I need
screws,
one.
No tools, nothing. It just slide a battery in and done.
I
Clever.
definitely need one.
I kind of like it. I don't know.
Clever.
And it can
I
be
would
made
roll.
out of carbon, so it'll look all fancy.
I would look at the chat on my phone at the live stream, but my phone's dead. So
Yeah,
The
I'm
most-
paying I'm paying for Google right now. So
The most I can send is 720.
because of your camera.
No, because of Google. The
Oh, that's
setting.
lame.
The setting only lets me pick 720.
Oh, Chris.
Oh, he blew
Phone
up.
down.
He died. He's a goner.
Is your screen okay?
Yeah. It's back.
I had to recently take my phone in for a repair because of that.
I mean, my camera, my phone camera is 4K, so the most it'll let me choose is 720. Oh my god.
There,
Inception.
wrong end. There you go.
Inception.
Maybe that might just be the software that I'm using, I guess.
I've got too many channels in Discord now. Okay, and we've got Jake.
I have one. I don't use it ever.
Jake's version.
Yeah.
Who took that picture? It's so bad.
Oh,
Just kidding.
hurt feelings.
Just
The-
kidding.
This is the best part of Jake's chassis. It's balanced to where he can just set it on the fan.
On the ESC fan.
Mhm.
That's pretty good. I
Like,
think
and
that I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. That looks like a lot of toe and a lot of Ackerman.
I blame the camera.
Okay.
Front end might
Cause
also just be because it's slack. There's
Yeah.
bumps too.
Right.
Yep.
True that.
we got his contact patch. He gave us a picture of his contact patch.
Oh my god. So okay, so here, this is where I think I have a pretty big diversion from a lot of people in this sport, but I do not like my front tires rolling all the way over.
You
like-
shouldn't. Like, not completely.
Well, I mean, my car is set up so that it's cambered at straight, and then at lock it goes basically to flat. I don't like that transition between negative to positive camber. I don't like feeling that.
So you're a zero caster boy?
A very low caster, yeah.
I'm running a shit ton of caster.
When we were at Northwest Hobby Expo, I went to like 9 or 10 degrees of negative caster. Loved it on polished concrete. We got back to PDX, and I could not drive my Shark to save my life. I had to go back to I believe it was 8 degrees of caster, and got it back to how it used to always drive.
Was it too edgy?
Oh, it was horrible. I couldn't do a single lap without like spinning out or just having way too many issues. Like,
I think for me, the issue is just like when I did try it, that was like the only thing I changed. So obviously, I would have to change a lot more than just the caster to, have it handle correctly. And then I'm just used to what I'm used to, and I'm too lazy to mess with it. That's kind of part of why I want another chassis, right?
Here's his comp body. I don't know if this is his official. Wait, disregard the wings.
That's the official. Though with the double wings is the official. That's what he's running for sure.
I will say I was extremely lost when I started watching round 1, like the live stream for round 1, because I didn't catch that it said that was Jake driving.
I know.
At first, and I was like, "Oh, okay, James is up." I was like,
"You're
cool.
telling me, dude."
And then at the end, they were like, "Jake got this score," and I was like, "Wait, what?" I was
Who's
like,
that?
"That's not Jake."
Yeah, you're telling me. I mean, this body is the body that I drove with James with the most. That was a huge part of me becoming a part of D-Style. So it's so very strange because I've obviously driven with Jake a lot too. Very weird to see him driving that.
With that spoiler,
he likes it.
It wasn't hard to tell that you picked up on California driving. You and Jake had the more California driving style compared to the other guys for a bit.
Thanks to James for that.
Yeah.
New contribution from Lane Gang Whoop. Whoever this may be. So let the roasting begin.
Ooh. What is that?
Man, it sucks. I can't use my phone.
SD, YD.
It's a RD 2.0 conversion.
Okay.
With the Team AD conversion on the front end and the chassis.
There's a whole lot going on.
Or not a lot.
The wire management it's like attempted to be good, but I don't think it's executed well.
Nope.
I mean, I feel like the zip ties don't need to go around the entire
Exactly. I agree.
Just gone
I agree with that.
side.
Exactly. Just one of them, one side.
It's more effort than I put into it.
And then we got a red fan for some reason, and red front shocks.
It's a $40 fan. Okay.
Oh, all the shocks are red. That's fair.
I'm not gonna lie, it looks normal.
Yeah, but Chris, this is roast my rig. You have to make fun of him.
Oh, okay. All right. What are those orange shock caps? Get out of here.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Go back to the servo horn.
To the servo horn.
Like, zoom back. You're in the same picture. Just zoom in. Are those 2 different screws?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Probably for good reason, though. Like, you're talking about 2 different screws.
Yeah, one's titanium, one's steel. That's fine. You didn't buy the whole kit. You ran out of screws.
But is it titanium? It could just be stainless.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on here with the screws.
I need a pack of screws. I'm totally out.
I have an entire box.
You're gonna have some screws coming.
Okay, so we've got a... Wait, I feel like we've talked about this chassis before.
I need some
we probably have.
Ones,
These guys definitely like to just repost the same. No, we have. We talked about this one last week. This is Shane's.
Duh.
Yeah, this is Shane's. I was like, wait a minute. I like how today I had way more stuff to say about it.
Okay. We're skipping
It's
Shane's
Shane's.
cars.
Yeah, these are all Shane's. That's the difference between me enjoying some beverages and preparing for a comp.
Okay, Gabriel E. Mid
What kind of
mounts.
chassis is that?
What?
What kind of
What is
chassis
that?
this?
Jesus, his back is so high.
He
The
said
Yokomo something.
mid mount servo LTS. So this looks like the
But
like
not.
the Teams chassis from like that they released with the YD2R, I think. But I think it's different though. Mark says it's a flex deck.
Definitely looks like a flex deck.
Yeah.
Why is his top rate's got to be so tall?
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, why is it?
The whole
I
thing
guess
is
that
tall.
helps the
whole front end is tall.
LTS-ness.
Well, I get the whole thing is tall, LTS wise, but like, I don't understand why the top brace needs to be
Because that's what's holding
elevated
the
so much.
battery tray.
I think
Okay,
that's too
yeah.
much. You don't got to go that crazy high to accomplish, to accomplish what you're wanting.
Oh, have you not seen my mini, my high CG mini?
Is that like a really early RSST? What's the servo
That's what RSSTs look like. What are you talking about?
with that sticker on the top?
Yeah.
Huh.
No way.
Is that?
All right. You say so.
I mean, I have one in both my cars. I don't remember the sticker.
Sticker. It's there.
Okay. No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Right.
You're right. You're right.
Well, that was before they hike the price up.
Yeah. He's got gum on his tires. Let's change those front tires first.
Okay. Moving on, because, yeah. Okay, Hot Steppa 11. I do kind of
My
feel
guy.
bad.
Wire management.
Oh, whoa.
Tuck those wires down just a little bit.
Mark says that the RSST servos are $94 now.
Whoa.
Holy balls. Like, they used to be $68, you guys. What is happening? So what do we have? We have a Team AD deck, it looks like, or a Kansai deck? I don't know which deck.
That looks RCO. RCO top plates. Yeah.
So is it version 1? I don't know. Pretty basic though. Pretty basic.
I would move the motor and shorten up all my chassis.
I wouldn't move the motor, but
I don't think I have any wires. Like I try to shorten the limit of the ESC to the motor wires short as possible. So all my motors are turned closest to it.
I do that with all of mine. I turn the motor to where I can get the wire as short as I possibly can.
Yeah.
But what if you want to use the motor wires again?
That's what. That's where I'm gonna send them all to you, Adam.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna send them to you, and I'll send you the wires for it, and I'll just make it like they're stock, brand new again, and go from there.
Okay, get this. Check out the servo arm location. Because
definitely go higher on that.
Yeah, we got a servo horn that was longer than we needed, so we just drilled a different hole. Cool.
So why don't I cut the access off?
Right?
Well, I would feel like he's not getting the full amount of swing.
Yeah, with it that short.
Mm-hmm. Like, it might sit and stay in a corner nice and stable, but I feel like it's probably not moving enough.
Somebody print him an e-brake, 3D printed e-brake that's put there.
Oh,
he's trying to just, you know what I mean?
Right. Oh, hey, we've got Chris Clayson with his new Team AD full conversion now.
Can't call it an RDX. It's not an RDX anymore.
Yeah, I like with the teammate. I mean, how much does it weigh fully? You know, with the full options, like that pretty much makes it a full aluminum chassis, right?
Pretty close, yeah.
Hmm.
I think the only thing plastic on this, aside from the toe blocks, is the transmission case. But yeah.
Ooh, that's something I think I'm gonna be stepping away from Matthew Van. Yeah.
Wait, what? What?
Yeah.
And go into what?
The Breved.
The Breved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here,
Because
I'll
of
take it all
inflation.
back, Vince. I'll use it.
Okay. Is it? It's 300. So, what? I bought mine for $320. I think A-Main has it listed for $350. Super
Why,
G
man?
has it listed for cheaper than that, like $310, I think. I don't know the pricing on yeah. Get one since people are already selling them for $100 off used. Yep.
Really? Shoot me them. Hit me up. No,
I mean, just keep your eyes open because I've seen them.
So when I purchased mine, or when I first purchased, it was before any of the shops out here had it. So I got it from Bonzi, and they're selling it for $230.
Hmm. Yeah, RC Mart has them pretty fairly priced too. It's just
So
across the seas, right?
yeah, and I mean, but like I said, when I got that, that was a pre-order on their first batch before any of the shops out here got it. So yeah, it's pretty crazy how much it's being sold for. But I guess it's
You know what
Yeah.
else is crazy? The
No.
price on Breved motors.
What are
'Cause-
they now? I thought they were like 160, right?
It was like 150 brand new originally, and
Mhm.
they're some awfully high price now. Hold on, guys. I'm clearing out my tabs.
Too many tabs open.
Way too many tabs. And I'm just trying to get you in this corner here. You need to stay in your home. Yeah. Okay. This used to be my old chassis. This was my RDX. 162? 162 now? That's not that bad. Oh, no hold screen. Stop hold screen.
Actually, I think I remember when you first bought that kit, right?
It was on a
I was
whim.
out there.
It was
I
like
think I was out there.
that kind of, yeah, that would track. It was so much on a whim that it was like, hey, cool, I have an RDX now. And I bought, so the funny thing is that I bought the AD team conversion, the ADX, before I even had the actual car. Never at one point was the RDX ever stock. Ever. Kevin over at PDX Underground has them for 140 right now if you want a Breved motor. Yeah, if you can get them for that cheap, go and get them. If you're
Top
right.
line, that is too.
It's
I'm
online
switching.
too.
Yeah, I'm switching the top line from the Fledge.
A lot of the guys here are liking the D-like drive motor. Seems to be pretty good.
Is that the black one?
Yeah, it's the like matte black kind of like almost looks like the crap, what are they called? The Castle Creation motors.
Mm-hmm.
We've got another beautiful chassis from Trey.
Trey, once again, just wilding. I mean,
Oh, Jose, go get the Bianca. There you go.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Yeah, Bianca 2.1. $700 conversion. And then that's just for the conversion, by the way.
I mean, this is just the sweatiest thing you've ever seen in your life.
Oh, anyone going for the LeBau variable dampers?
Oh, Bella.
Bella,
I would like to get some. Yeah, for sure. I think
I'd
you know,
like
the
to-
execution on the nerds might not have been ideal. I think people had a lot of issues with them, like self-adjusting and leaking or whatever. But you know, if someone has made adjustable dampers, I used to think they were it was just kind of a gimmick because I was in my head when I started. I was like, I drive at one track. Who cares? But the fact is, like, if you can adjust basically the oil that you have in the shocks at any point in time, you can actually tune it to be good for where you're at. Even at your own track, say you drive your own track the whole year and you go to Super G once, like you're actually still going to get so much closer to the ideal oil in dampers if you can adjust the damping. Because I don't even change. I've tried like 3 different weights of oil in my year of being in this. So it's like, if you can just click it and change it, that sounds pretty good.
Right. Having the ability enables you to do it.
Exactly. It's the same. It's this exact same thing with like a programmable servo, especially the fact if one that's like on the radio. Like you're just more likely to find the best solution for yourself.
Now the real interesting thing though is the fact that like they're actually in steps, right? So it's like 1 through 8 steps or something like that.
It's literally it's like a one-way coilover that you would buy for your car, right? Like
except you can actually tell like when it's right instead of having to rely on looking at it like at the rebound.
Yeah.
Austin, were you going to say something?
Yeah, so RC Supremacy posted an Instagram story or whatever about those. I can't remember the name who makes them, but they're the adjustable shocks. Yeah. So I hit him up and I was like, "Hey man, I want to get a couple sets, one for each car." I didn't realize
that was a mistake.
how expensive they were. He sent me a message back for 2 sets, one for the Shark and one for the MC1, was $550.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, "What?"
And these are
But
I mean,
How much do you think
excuse me?
nerds are? How much do you think nerds are?
yeah,
And I really looked into it, so I was like, "Damn."
so straight from the horse's mouth, they're $240 per set, and that's just the inserts. It's not the shocks themselves.
right.
So-
But that's a full set, right? It's
Yeah, all four.
$240. It's $240 for nerds for a pair, right?
Yeah.
Like
There you
you're
go.
looking at $500 just for a full set of nerds.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not saying they're expensive or anything. I think they're worth what they are because adjustable damping is just sick. And
It's cool, but until they make it to where like I don't have my biggest thing when I had nerds, I had to rebuild them once a month whether I drove or not. And it's just like
exactly.
that was annoying to me.
That's my point. As long as they hold the value that they're actually set at, and you don't have to rebuild them more than like a typical big bore or whatever shock you use, then they're sick. That's sick.
I mean, if I had $550 to spend the other day, I would have done it. But we're going to California at the end of the month, so I can't really spend any money.
Right. And there's so many. I see it as this. It's like $500 for nerds or $240 for like adjustable dampeners from Bala, right?
Yeah.
Either way, it is what it is. But if you go Bala's way, that's like very close to a rad ESC, right? That's very close to a CD 700 Futaba servo. That's very close to a lot of other things that are what I would say more useful. But it just depends on what you're needing, right? That's the whole point of the game.
I have to bring the asterisk of like competitive driving, but like being able to easily adjust the dampening of your shocks. I always say dampening. It's just damping. The damping of your shocks, front and rear, without having to change the oil or the piston build, is, to me, it's just a situation where you're so much more likely to land on the right solution for your track in your car than you are if you're just relying on different weights of oil because I mean, like I said, I've been doing this a year and 3 months. I've changed the oil weight in my shocks like 2 times. Like I'm too lazy. But if all I have to do is twist the thing, then I can
Then
try
you'll
out
do
all
it.
kinds of new things that I never would have even tried before. And yeah, same deal as the servos and the gyros, more likely to land on the right solution.
Okay, you guys.
Oh,
Go for it, Austin.
I'm definitely still gonna get a set. It's just gonna have to wait. It's
On-
gonna happen.
What do you think, Justin?
I'd try the Battle Lost shocks.
Austin,
He's like,
the adjustable seems
He's
nice.
like, yeah, I'll try it.
if you're thinking about it, you need to hop on the bandwagon and get them on pre-order, or make sure that you get them on pre-order because they're gonna be out and they're gonna not be in for a while.
I'm gonna keep my eye out. I'm gonna keep watching. It's gonna happen.
I mean, it has the same hype as a fantasy chassis, like, because it's made by the same guy that makes fantasy.
That's where I'm at with it. I'm like, man, if something messes up, one thing I can say with HRC is hitting them up directly. You can get your stuff fixed. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to be if, let's say, the internal something manufactured and you got the internal seals or something like that would mess up in the HRCs.
But his pistons are completely.
It is literally, it's just a guy on Facebook. So like that's the.
It's not just a guy on Facebook.
Well, yeah,
I mean, it kind of is, though.
Very respectable guy,
No, obviously he's smart and he knows what he's doing, but at the end of the day, it is a guy on Facebook that you're buying these from. So he's only going to be able to do so much. He's one guy.
Okay, how many of you have been able to drive this chassis, LP86?
I've tried a couple and they feel nice. I
was going to say, a couple Seattle guys have them. I haven't driven one yet.
I drove.
I drove Judd's. It was interesting.
So far, the vibe that I'm getting is that. Yeah, the vibe. I still want one too, and the vibe that I'm getting is just that it's just kind of its own thing. It's not like some amazing new thing. It's just like it is what it is, and it's different and it's fun.
Yeah, the amount of caster that it has is a lot.
We're into that W12 thing that it was pretty hot for a little bit. You remember the little truck?
I was never into the WPL truck. No.
Right. I think it's like that. It's kind
You
of.
think?
No. Well, this is obviously this is gonna blow up a lot more. It already has. I'm gonna end up with one. So it's.
I mean, for the price, you can't mess up with the price. Like 136.
I kind of it is cheap. I do agree. I kind of agree with Lance what he's saying. Like it's just kind of its own thing.
Yeah.
But it is very affordable, which is sick for sure.
Like it was fine to drive, but yeah, that's about it. It falls under the idea of will it drift? Yes. Will it drift?
Yeah.
Like it hangs. Like it can get down and be with the others. Just.
Also.
Huh? What?
Yeah, your mic's gone, Logan.
It's Windows volume mixer, I bet. Noodle pan chassis. Does it have a special ingredient for the special ingredient noodle pan chassis?
I've seen already a few people hack into them.
Riddle me this. So this chassis was designed specifically with this type of material, right? It flexes, it does what it needs to, it's dynamic in its own right way. What happens when people start making, people have already started making carbon parts for it. What do you think is, I think it's doing it a disservice at this point. Right? Because you're making things, unless it's super thin carbon, right? As long as it has the similar characteristics of the flex. Logan, we still can't hear you. He's like, dang it! Did you unplug and plug it back in? I don't know how I feel how everyone is putting 8.6 bodies on it though. Like it seems like it's a rule now.
I mean, they don't look bad. Can't
No,
complain.
I mean it's a great body. But
I would run my Starlet on it. I don't care.
right.
My Starlet, yeah.
Like
like
just
my
because it
Starlet.
has 8.6 in the name doesn't mean that you have to run an 8.6 body on it.
Yeah, I run my Starlet on it. I already got that too.
Okay, we've got pictures coming in from Driftwell.
What's up, Jeremy?
Which they will be on stream in the near future, within the next few weeks or so.
Super cool guy, super cool track.
Nice.
I like it. I definitely would go back there and visit.
Hello? Oh, am I back?
That was so
Hey, you're
weird.
back.
Hello.
Hello?
I'm back. All right, I'm not going to touch anything on my desk ever again, I guess.
Well, what was it?
I have no idea.
Oh yeah, and he's sick with the body builds.
Lance says that you need to RMA your mic.
That might be true. That might be true.
There's a lot going on just in this body right here.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Hey, Jeremy does that, man. I could say he has like a hack shop of bodies that he'll use for over fenders for this body. I love his builds. They're all one of a kind.
LTS build.
Oh man.
Oh, this is the weird DDSS high motor thing, suspension mount thing. Like it looks like he took the mount on the DDSS, hacked it, and then just turned him upside down.
It works, apparently.
As long as it's mounted in a way where it's not moving, yeah. Maybe I'll have to do that. I've got enough of those little plates.
You're the guy for it.
And the whole cockpit type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone ever seen the kamikaze one? Like in person?
Yes.
Like, because I know it exists. I've just never seen it in person.
I think I saw it at Scale Science. One of the guys out there. I
yeah.
don't know if I remember right. I know if I've seen it at Scale, Mark. I know you've seen it at Scale. So if so, I think you know what I'm talking about. That's great. This looks. Is it a full shark even on the rear?
There's not
No,
a good.
okay.
There's not a
No.
good picture of it because it's
No,
covered.
that was Andy that had the like the chain. That's what I'm thinking of. The chain. All right, never mind. Andy had the. You remember Kamikaze's? They had the chain for the spur. Like yeah.
Wait, what?
Crazy.
Is it a SD1?
It could
What?
be. I'm not sure.
Oh, this one.
Andy had a custom kamikaze chain drive. What is this madness? Kamikaze
What?
chain drive? What?
Oh yeah, dude, this shit was crazy,
chain?
dude. Yeah, chain. It, like had a sprocket with a chain.
Little baby little chain.
Someone find me a video. I need a video.
Look on his Instagram.
Oh, you got a little chain on here?
I bet you. Hey, it honestly, it sounded. It just had. It's weird,
That's crazy. I bet it sounded insane.
It was quiet still, but yeah.
Am I gonna get in trouble for this?
It's like 8 years old.
Well, this is a DP style, so this isn't it. It's on their site still. Links, people. Links. I'm gonna let you guys send a link. I'm gonna pull at Alex.
Send the proof.
Mhm.
Oh no, I believe it's there. I 100% believe that it's there.
Never happened until they sent a link.
Anyway, we'll keep on going here. So apparently, this is Guy's official comp
Yeah.
body.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
It's the first Yaris that I've seen, like, as actual comp body.
Really?
Like, well, because we know that, like, it
It
finally
became legal. Oh,
Yeah.
Chris has the photos. He has the evidence.
That's
Looks like a chain to me.
cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty
They
sick.
They should have put that in the bulldog. That would have been cool.
Well, we got more photos.
I think I agree with you. Yeah, I think it is probably the first, like,
Oh, geez,
one of the
that's cool.
earliest competitive Yarises we've seen.
Oh, there it is right there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool.
That'd be cool to see in person.
Yeah.
But
It's Monty Madness.
Monty
It'll be-
Madness.
it'll be
Monty
interesting
Madness
to
is
see
on
how many. It'll be interesting to see how many people run the Yaris now that it's legal,
Agreed.
because it is very, very, very short in the rear.
Driftwell. Yeah, we have a real version. I have since made the plastic one. Right on.
So the Yaris is allowed. This is the addiction one.
Yeah, it is comp legal now.
Wait, okay. What's the measurement? Is it the car that is there, or did they lower the measurement?
It was the distance from the rear bumper to the tire, I think. Like, that was the overall reason
I'm
why
not-
it wasn't.
I'm not too sure.
Would my Starlet be legal?
Probably.
I bet you, yeah.
Probably.
Because it was I think it was like 5 millimeters too short from the length they wanted last year, so I didn't use it. But
I would imagine that it's legal now because
Yeah,
this
they
is
did.
why.
They shortened the overall length.
that's I like
It was
my
like-
Starlet.
He's like, eh.
I don't
I
know.
like my Starlet,
These would
man.
be
That thing-
questions for Shane.
What is this? It's a purple SD 2.0.
Yeah, pretty sure that's the SD 2.0 that he won in our raffle that we had.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
this fucking guy, bro! I'm so sick of me not winning the raffles.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, it's a raffle for a reason, right?
Yeah, but can I win one? I guess I did win one.
Yes, he did paint it in his hotel room.
I paint all my bodies in the hotel.
He's like, that's the only place I have to paint, dude.
Yeah, sometimes, and if it's raining, I use the back stairwell.
So who won this? The SD2? Who won that?
It was Guy.
Guy.
Oh, okay.
He
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
even there.
He wasn't even there. We took it to him. Yeah, good for him. Good for him.
Well, that is so awesome. I honestly never bothered with that body because it was never legal, so I never cared to get it.
Yeah, now I want one. It's a little late. I was actually like, before the season started, I was looking at like, all right, what's going to be my competitive body? I want something short. And I was looking at those and I was like, I don't think those are going to be legal. So I went with what I went with, which is the E36 Ti. And then like, as soon as I built my E36, they changed the rules.
Yep.
I was like, sick. Thanks, guys.
Chris,
Totally would have had one of those.
I like my Q60. Like I really,
Yeah.
I'm very.
I
selective on-
I was just talking to Neil today. I think that Q60 is kind of like it's like a under the radar, like Not a lot of
it's-
people know about those being good comp bodies.
Yeah, it's
They're
so
very good
short.
company.
I don't
Yeah.
really wanted one until the GR86 came out.
Yeah.
I
Short.
put it next to the Altezza. It's like one of those, just like the Altezza is. You know,
Did your Q60 come with the dash too?
yeah, all our 31 house bodies come with a dash. If you look at my 180, it has a dash too with the wheel.
The Miata did not come with a dash.
Miata.
Yeah, it's a 225 millimeter wheelbase.
I heard Lance is working on a new Q60 for our boy Neil, which
Another
should be
one?
good. Yeah, new one.
Hey,
Miata.
Chris, not you, Chris. Other Chris. Chris, that's of this picture.
It's Miata.
Yeah. What are you doing?
What are you doing, dude?
You can totally fix that fan mount.
Yeah, flip it around. Come on.
Like, that is the easiest thing that you can do, sir.
Dude. Omega roasted. Flip your fan up, right, you ding dong.
A ding dong. So out of all the bodies that I've like taken pictures, out of all the chassis that I've taken pictures of recently, Lance's Porsche body has like this weird effect of actually coming out clean almost every single time.
Mhm.
I mean, it's just a good looking body.
It is a good looking body.
Plain and simple.
It's just weird at how many more photos come out
It's
that are just better.
That's funny. I wonder if it's just because there's like more to focus on or something.
It's painted on the outside.
Mm.
Is that a GRK?
Yeah, so this
It's
is
a
the
Evo 2.
it's the Eurofighter conversion.
Oh, that's Jake's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing's gonna come out nice. I've been watching his build process on it. I think there's not too many people that have that kit out here in the States.
All the high
I
batteries.
know that was I think that's definitely a game changer for that chassis.
Justin,
I
did you
think-
just say all the high batteries?
Yeah.
Jake, I think all of Jake's cars are high battery, right?
I think so.
For the most part. At least what he competes in.
I don't know. I know that there's some criticisms about this chassis already, though.
Mm.
I know. I saw that he had to file a couple pieces.
It's the holes for the toe block.
So, all right. I know there's another guy out in the Midwest that he just pulled some toe blocks from a GRK2 and they fit up just fine.
Is that what
So,
it is?
I don't know. You know that's what that guy did, and he didn't have to file nothing down. I mean, it's a cool chassis. I mean, it's not gonna overtake my outclip though. I'm not gonna. You know what I mean? I'm sticking to outclip, but
I like how you could. It looks like it's a nitro car. You could start it off the bottom.
Oh no, that's DP style, man. Just because so you can fit a larger spur gear.
Mm.
And even the pan cars of on road stuff had a motor cut out to sink it even lower for the CG. I think it was these holes that he was talking about. Which,
Yeah.
if that's the case, that kind of makes sense because it's these back ones that should be. I don't know. I know that Jake asked a few other people about it and they were having the same issue. But you're saying the GRK ones fit, so yeah. Even has the YD2S. Even the YD2S had it cut out. Let's see. Mystery Twins. Adam from Rolling Garage. I just met him. Well, in Discord, that is.
Oh, bro. Speaking of twins, I got the same car mount off of Amazon, dude. The little working deal.
It's pretty slick. It looks good.
I can totally engrave hot dog racing on the side of mine too. So
what do we got here? We've got a DDSS. We've got what am I
nice
looking at?
battery.
It's
Looks like Shark.
Is it Shark? But the motor is way far back there. Oh, it's because of the carbon tower. Oh, it's a TDP. Okay. Makes way more sense. Are you gonna get the new conversion for the like reverse IFS setup, Adam?
Hell yeah, Jose. Hell yeah.
I think he goes. He's been killing it with it.
She looks clean. It's hard to roast a chassis that's just well put together.
Yeah, no, that's nicely put.
I think the ESC wires a little long.
Body looks fantastic.
Oh, this is your boy, huh? He's on your team. I know what we're looking at now. Got you. I'm on the same page now.
I'm glad to know
he just won a comp there, right?
Huh?
Did he just win a comp at Rolling Garage or something?
So from what I see from the RC Federation Drift Series, they're going from like Rolling Garage. I know that they're having a round next in like Sheldon's. I don't know if that is the one that we saw earlier. Yeah, but they're going through all the tracks over there, I guess.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool, you know.
It's cool that they can do that. So cool that they can do that.
Yeah, that's dope.
Just watch like the next series, or there's gonna be a series like Battle of PDX. So PDX and Hobbytown.
Good luck. Good luck.
Y'all might see a
you never
change up,
know.
man.
Like people can get good anywhere.
Good luck.
Y'all might see a change up on bodies, man. I didn't know that about the damn Yaris.
Yeah.
Straight up.
And if you would have watched our stream, we've covered it like when we found out about the rule.
Yeah.
I've been so mad. So like where I'm at, we're past 12 right now. You know.
Adam, you can't call people out for not watching the show on the show.
I know.
You do that after or something.
No, honestly, whoever like the people that say that they've watched all the episodes, all of the streams, I feel so
crazy.
bad for you guys.
That's crazy.
Like, cause
Love you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's me doing this just like in real time, and sure, it's fine, but man, that's a lot. But this is cool. This is like 3D printed worlds right here.
Yeah.
Isn't this one of our Canada boys?
Oldman Josh, probably.
Yeah, Josh. Yeah,
Yep.
Josh. Yeah.
His whole,
it's this one. Okay.
His whole transmission's 3D printed too.
Yep, it
Nice.
sure is. And it's so clean. It's so clean how he did it too.
Yeah. Very clean.
So y'all know Sean Williams from Team Bubble Milk?
I know the name.
I know Bubble Mix in Phoenix. I don't know Sean Williams.
Y'all got to check his chat. If y'all look up Sean _ Bubble Milk, he's got some. I love all his 3D. Damn it.
I love when Chris yeets his phone.
Chris,
All
are you
right.
on carpet right now, or are you on like hardwood floor or tile
It's
floor?
carpet. It's carpet.
Okay, they good.
We're good. We're good. It's carpet.
Yeah, but no, he's got some crazy badass 3D printed stuff on his stuff, man. Let me see.
Put him on the list.
Yeah.
Put him on the list.
Okay, here we go.
Oh man,
Full spec.
the full doggy.
What a slide rack.
I would opt for the bell crank. I would definitely opt for the bell crank.
Probably same.
Well, when people ask me, I tell them, I'm like, what do you, I don't know. The way I look at it, for me, you got the slide rack that weighs this amount, and then you got the bell crank that weighs this amount, and then you got the front bulkhead that run the slide rack that weighs this amount, and then the bulkhead that runs the bell. You know what I mean? So it's like for me, I wanted something more lightweight, and I prefer the bell crank. Period. I'm always gonna prefer the bell crank over the slide rack if I have the option.
This man is dedicated to purple. Even his bullet connectors are purple.
Well,
That's
wait,
pretty hard.
Austin.
This is Alfredo, right?
Yeah, keep in mind this is the U.S. sponsored overdose driver. Here.
Okay, never mind. It makes sense. Okay.
I would take an overdose
dog
gun.
more.
I'd like one.
Justin, but where would you take it to? Like, sorry, how far of the overdose would you go?
I mean, it depends on what I need out of the chassis, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a good bit into it if I had the money.
Like, looking at this chassis, right? Like, it's such a stiff chassis, and all the aluminum makes it even more so. And because of the way that the chassis is, it makes so much sense because it needs it.
Right.
It
Yeah,
needs to be
because
able to roll.
You have the
Doesn't need
inboard
all the other
shocks. It needs the stiffness on the upper deck.
You can get the same stiffness with the plastic.
You mean carbon?
Well,
No, he means plastic.
but I mean with the plastic parts.
Yeah.
I mean, mine's. I don't know. I have a few. I have a few that are semi-aluminum, they all run nice. You can get even a plastic one. I know there's some guys there's a nice group in Texas. I think the Corpus Christi guys that have some plastic ones. They all get at it.
Drift lounge. Yeah.
So, like I said, that's why they're called option parts. You know what I mean? It's an option. Yeah. They don't.
I do like the the design and the aesthetic of it. It's a lot of work in the modeling of the parts, a lot of machining.
The overdose parts are
looks really good. Yeah, looks really good.
Lance, nah, it's all mandatory parts. I mean, they have so much cool engineering into their parts, though.
They do.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
the rear ends are awesome.
I mean,
Like,
that's a lot. That's a lot of modeling and machining and that they've done. I mean, even look at the toe blocks. Like, there's so much going on. So many different curves and radiuses and chamfers and.
I wish their toe blocks were adjustable.
That's how mine is. If you look at my setup on my rear end, I have a different layout on my toe blocks. But what's cool is like you got so much adjustability in the rear lower arms with those. You can really set up like I've always ran static rear ends, but it's almost as like I have active toe in a way with the way my rear end set up. Yeah, no, they definitely went all out on it. Overdose is overdose. All their parts are, you know what I mean? It ain't. I've always felt like Yokomo was like Honda's when it came to RC. You had everybody and their mom just throwing whatever, whether it was a performance part or not. But with Overdose, anything
it's all
they
performance.
Yeah,
it's an F1 car.
I'd be curious to know what that thing weighs.
He set it up in chat earlier.
He did say it's like
1590, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed it.
With a battery in a body, I want to see it.
And Jose, if all you're peeping at,
he said, "Oh, I don't buy that shit."
Jose, if all you're peeping at is the Bluetooth dongle and that's all that's caught your eye, then you shouldn't buy a Golem.
Roasted. I mean, Jose just caught a roast. He caught a stray roast off of someone else's car. That's crazy, dude.
Although I do feel
Adam just hit Jose with the more than you can afford, pal.
I do feel that it's a little bit awkward seeing Hobbywing instead of like an Accumant setup for his chassis.
Yeah, he's sponsored by Hobbywing, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be going the Breved on mine.
Honestly, okay, Breved, stock out of the box. It's a great performer.
I'm going to keep it a buck. I think ESC and motor is like the least important thing.
Yeah, my teammate Aldo can prove that very well. He'll buy a $15 ESC from eBay and hack it to be a Hobbywing. So I can believe that.
I don't think it matters all that much.
Is that your boy with the TTO2?
Yep, that's what's in that TT02 too.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
Gabriel E. What do we got here? I don't know what this is. He's got an MD1 back there? It's the internals that matter. Yes, 100%. This is SD 2.0.
Nice. The closer one looks like one we've seen before.
I don't know what it is, though.
That looks like
This-
an old YD2 S deck or
Yeah.
SX2, the SX2 deck.
Yeah, because of it's got the S gear, the hole cut for it. So what trans is it? I can't tell. But it's basically an LTS. LTS with a different gearbox, maybe. We've got a Christmas tree going on here. Using cheap resistors and poor PCB design can't be saved by flashing it with the same Hobbywing AM32 firmware.
Wait, go to the top one. Does he have all his caps? How many caps does he have on that top one?
What do you mean the top one? The top chassis?
Well, I'm looking at my phone, so it's how it's delayed. Zoom up on this. How they're both chassis.
Yeah.
Zoom up on the back one, on where the ESC is.
So
What are all those?
he's got like the big boy, so like a blaze of some sort.
And then he has all the other ones. Oh man, I know how that feels.
yeah, he's got also like he's got a photonic stabilizer on there too.
Yeah,
The one where it's only the ground.
yeah. You got 5G, and then the stabilizer, then the blaze, and then you can smack the pulse master, and it's like, man, all this in one.
All the stuff. Clean wiring for the tree though. Yeah. Hobby wing.
Hey, that's
Scale
another thing about Hobby Wing. When I get asked the question, I do say Hobby Wing is probably the lightest of the bunch.
Yeah. Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's I'm about that. We all
Oh,
know
yeah.
that.
Lance is mentioning the tires. Look how much cambered.
We
He's
can
got
put
flat
some
spots.
freshies on there. We could put some freshies on there, maybe. I don't know. So I don't. This is something we've kind of never really talked about out here, but our theory at I mean, maybe you guys have talked about this, but the meta that we have at PDX is like run extreme camber in the rear in order to actually be able to build heat in the plastic. And I'm like, so when we went to the expo, we were driving with the Canada guys. I went to like a more of a contact patch tune in the rear, like where I was like tuning the rear camber to like have as much plastic on the ground as I could. And that did work. It absolutely made my car faster. When we went back to PDX, I left it like that and I drove and the car was slow. I was driving with Jake. Car was slow. And I went straight back to my normal camber that I use at PDX, which is like just running the edge of the tire. And it was like immediately, like I went from in the straightaway that we have on the current layout. Jake was literally in the chase. Like he could drive around me. He could literally just drive right past me. I went from that to like, he could no longer even do that just by switching back. I don't know. It sounds totally wrong to me, but every time we've tried to like mess with it, it seems like it really works. It's weird.
That's something that's never really too well worked for me. Like maybe I'll add a camber and get a little bit out of it, but I've never really been a fan of running on the edge or trying to build heat on it on concrete.
Yeah, concrete for sure. Like I said, like when we were at the expo, it was not the way. I went to like more contact patch. But I think on our surface, it definitely, I have noted, like I said, it was a huge difference going from like a flat rear tire to just an edge setup. It was a difference. Like I said, Jake was literally, we would go down, he would be chasing me. We'd go down the straightaway and he would drive past me to the point where when I went back to our normal like edge riding, he could just he could keep up, and that was it. I really would like more science, like a scientific approach to that, to see.
I mean,
Try it.
I
Sit
think-
some when I go back out there myself.
I think the science, you've already discovered it, right? Are you looking for like quantifiable numbers, or it's just other people that are wanting to know, right?
Yeah, the most science that we have is just like, oh yeah,
I feel
the car's
it.
kind of fast. Yeah. I would like to see the science of like what, because obviously we're not using a pneumatic tire, so our tires are hard plastic. So what is the science of like the surface area versus pressure, and how does that affect the temperature and the coefficient of friction of the plastic? But I'm not smart enough to do that, so.
Mhm.
I wouldn't ever want to even attempt to do that. I forget who did the write-up. I think it was either Joey or Steve, but they did a write-up on like drift tires and testing for the surface that for the best tire outside of just running them, right? And I forget what he was like equating to, but it was basically like try dragging the surface of the wheel like on the surface that you're on and seeing like, what drags more, right?
Yeah, that's just basically measuring the coefficient of friction.
Exactly. But like the coefficient's already so light anyway. Like
It's very small. Yeah, you have to be able to notice it and measure it. But there is the extra component. If you're running the edge, theoretically, it's more pressure on the plastic that is touching the ground, so it would theoretically be hotter, just by physics. But
yeah,
again,
and
it's a difference of it. Does that trade off of does the grip that you get from more contact patch outweigh the grip that you get from this tiny contact patch being a little bit warmer? I don't know. It does seem like the edge riding works a little bit better at our track, but
well, and that's exactly right. Like it's dependent on the place that you go, right?
Mhm.
Like Kevin told us about the whole burn-in thing, right? So like getting your tires rotating at a high enough RPM so that it does create the heat, so that you can create the traction.
yeah.
To keep on going.
It also, I think, at our track especially, it really matters that it's been mopped very recently.
Mhm.
So, like, if it's super dirty, then I do think the edge riding will have much more of an advantage, because when a tire is like the track's really dirty and you're running a huge contact patch, then you just get all these little micro scratches in the tire, and then like all that contact patch is basically just gone because you're riding on the burr of all those scratches. So it also matters like how clean the track is at that point.
So this is Slideworks' new livery, which it looks good.
That was really good.
Yeah, looks good.
Not too different from the last one, but looks good.
Hey, Slideworks
Yeah.
is good people. I
don't know.
enjoy. I enjoy.
Looks like looks like they copied LZ again.
I don't know how LZ's
Just
look.
kidding.
Car looks.
Just kidding.
No,
Okay.
it's
That's
the
a
whole
throwback.
idea.
That's
It's
a
a whole-
throwback joke.
Yeah, it's the whole idea that it's flowers. Like, besides the point. Okay.
David knows I'm joking.
You better know that you're joking.
I hope he does. I hope he remembers that.
Okay, you guys. Not again. PTSD. Oh my gosh. All right. It is that time. Almost that time. It's about 5 minutes till 11. So it's been a while.
We got hard out. We're doing hard out from now on.
Not hard out, but definitely like not too much longer than 3 hours for sure. Yeah. There was that one night where we went really, really, really long.
I think it's reasonable. I think 11 is good.
right? Because what time is it over there, Chris? It's like what, 1? Yeah, like 1.
Oh yeah, it's 1 o'clock.
He's like, oh yeah, it is 1 o'clock.
Sorry, tomorrow I'm off work, so.
Yeah. So actually, bringing up something else, because what is it? It's scale drift, I believe is the
East Coast Drift Series? Scale
No.
Drift Series?
no UK Drift Essex.
One thing we should put on the calendar of events is the North America Cup. Just as something to announce, the North America Cup that SDS is doing in Elite.
Oh,
The East Coast. I say that, that's for pretty much, you got West Coast, you got SDC. Well, actually, nationwide, you got SDC, but the main
East Coast
West
is SDS, yes.
East is north, more East Coast, north is SDS. And they're doing it. That's awesome that they added Canada in the mix. That's cool.
They added Canada, and they're having their annual, like, North American Cup is what they're calling it.
Yeah. I want to do that.
I'm struggling to find that event, but we should definitely add that to our calendar when we announce stuff.
Yeah, so my question, because I do want to have the scale drift guys on the channel, except they're the full-on 8 hours ahead of us, which doesn't align as nicely as what Kevin's did, and my battery just went dead. Because Kevin was a full 12 hours ahead of us. These guys, scale drift would be 8 hours. So are you guys... Would we want to do a live stream in like Saturday afternoon, or do we just want to pre-record it and then release it? I think it's fun having the live entertainment, like the live interaction, because it is important.
Yeah.
But
go live with it.
You're talking about when we have people from like way wrong time zone.
Exactly.
Yeah, honestly, do it to their time and then post it at your normal time.
Yes, I would agree with that. Let's accommodate them whatever time they want to do. Record the episode and just play it, premiere it on YouTube. That's what I would do.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then you and I can sit in the chat while we're watching the episode and comment on stuff.
Well then, I need to get in contact with them again. Because we started contact and then I basically just fell off the face of the earth for who knows how long. So yeah, I'll get in contact with them.
Happens in this game.
But their community's huge. Like they have a huge following.
I bet they do.
Like
not
thousands.
Surprised. Yeah.
They have like Vittorio level of following. Anyway, you guys, okay. So Chris, where can we find you on the socials?
You got me, Chris TheEstablishment on Facebook and on Instagram. Yeah.
What about you, Austin?
Oh, jeez. Hit me with a question I can't even remember. My phone's dead, too. I don't remember what my Instagram handle is. Pretty sure it's like Carson_drift.
I'll find it.
I feel like that's right.
Yeah, it's Carson_RC Drift.
Logan's got me.
Justin, what about you?
Just my Facebook, and I think I'm Crimson Drift on Instagram. I don't remember.
Yeah, we had
it's,
to.
Justin is Drifter Crimson, no spaces, all lowercase. I got your back, bro. He's got 13 followers and he's following 4 people, so he's a heavy Instagram guy.
It'll change. Make that change for him.
We are gonna have to fix that, Justin.
He just opened it up. He just started it.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm glad he's there now. That's good. I have someone to tag when I'm always posting videos of me and Justin driving.
Yeah,
I need to have my own posts to make.
The O-rings and the chalk shafts, they have high praise from pretty much all the people that, well, from Shane for sure, from Vittorio for sure, and yeah. David saying that they're sick.
Are we talking about the O-rings that are like pre-soaked for 2 years? It's like fine wine.
Yep, and the shafts.
Nice.
Wait, what are y'all talking about? What?
So Rhino and Azada, the most random like collab ever. made some pretty sick shock shafts. And
They have like titanium DLC coated shock shafts with O-rings that are pre-soaked in
For 2
oil
years.
for 2 years or something like that. Some crazy amount of time. It's like fine wine, you know, stuck in the basement for a couple of years.
yeah,
And
watch
that's
them
the new
sell
jam.
out.
That's the new
Watch-
hotness.
Watch them sell
All
out.
right.
I'm waiting. I'm trying to get some of that. I'm gonna get those and those the Bella dampers, and whew,
And then you'll be set.
I'll be ready to rock and roll, dude.
I'll just put the bow laws in my HGs.
Mm.
There you go.
Okay, you guys, it's been fun. It is now 11:01. It's been fun hanging out with you.
We out.
Yeah, stay safe. Do cool things. Post pictures and roast my rigs.
Have a
if
good
you have
weekend.
any topics, any of that, put that in there too. Okay. Peace.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good night.
Don't leave, you
Oh, yeah.
guys.